Check. Good. All right. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Morning Crow. Kind of an open format today, but welcome. And today's show, whether you agree with them or not, is sponsored by FlatEarthHats.net. So whether you are a supporter of Flat Earth or you just ridicule Flat Earth, go to the website and show your support or show your ridicule. So, thanks for FlatEarthHats.net. Also, today we have a special occasion. With us right now is Mr. St. Tommy. And St. Tommy, it's his birthday today. Want to say happy birthday, St. Tommy? Come up on cam. Hey. He's just throwing his hand. Oh, peace, yeah. Live long and prosper, for sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for thank you. You
We got, yeah?
You will forever hold my gratitude. Yes. And thank you.
Happy birthday. And in the house right now we got Lyrics of Dust, and we have Sugar Rhodes. Welcome to the Morning Crow.
Can I just get 5 minutes? 5 minutes from you, Rojo?
Get in line, Sugar.
Yes,
Get in line.
you will get your 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Classic. And Lyrics. You there,
First come,
Lyrics?
first serve.
Want to say hello?
FlatEarthHats.net.
Flat Earth.
When around Earth just won't do.
That's it. When around it just won't do. Yes.
There you go. Your tagline.
So, should we kick off the show with a little song dedicated to our Mr. St. Tommy?
Me,
All right?
me.
Happy birthday, St. Tommy. Happy birthday, St. Tommy. Just give me 5 minutes. Happy birthday, St. Tommy. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You got my morning voice.
There you go.
Dogs rolling everywhere. Thank you.
So, Tommy, how's it feel to be another year older?
It feels marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
Uh-huh.
You healthy, wealthy, and wise?
I am a wealthy and healthy, and I have had a wise thought once in a while. I do recall it, but yes. But
I think you crack wise, son. I think you crack wise on a daily basis.
Funny you mention healthy, wealthy, wise. It's one of my affirmations I do once in a while to myself. Yeah?
Good.
Positive
I like it.
affirmation, yes. I am healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yes.
Let it be written. Let it be so.
dangerous thing
All
there.
you Italians get off of my lawn.
Dangerous thing, Tommy?
Yes.
How so?
Woe to he who is wise in his own eyes. By all means, fake being a fool. I myself, I chant into the mirror, fool, fool, fool. No, wait. Self-effacement. That's no good either.
Yeah, right, exactly. I was going to say, what should I say to myself? I'm a
Mediocre.
fool?
Oh, no. I'm not sure. I'll get back with you on that. I'll get back.
Okay. Well, speaking of fools, I'm going to start out with a article, current event. I just saw this report. It was in the Washington Times. Apparently, they just signed a budget deal a couple days ago in the government, and they've already spent, get this, according to Washington Times, as soon as my computer unfreezes, okay, they added a record $339 billion to the debt in the first day after this budget deal.
All right. Yeah.
And my last husband said I spent a lot of money. Come on.
Wow. Hey, borrow all you can, I say. Where to go, Uncle Sam?
Where's my money? Where's my money?
I want my money.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
You're borrowing it in my name, so where's my share?
Yeah.
You've already
guys,
got
borrow away. I'm happy, but where's my money? You owe me.
Go ahead. So what's the
Yeah.
what's the solution for that? I mean, I got a couple ideas in mind.
Okay.
Would anybody care to offer? You know,
Ma-
yeah, they got my money. That then says, well, I need to keep more of my own money, right? I would say a revamping of the tax system, get rid of the IRS, or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I could keep more of my money and then spend it as I see fit. Yes, do we need some kind? I think we need some kind of government in order, some kind of order, right? On a very minimal
Anarchy's
level.
order.
They seem to be doing a reasonable job, right, man? I mean, roads are fixed for the most part. I mean, there does need to be updates and stuff like this, but the country is not complete and utter shit, man. You can go from point A to point B in relative safety and ease, right?
Yes.
We have all of the commercial needs that we'll ever need. We have transportation, food, it's all the structures in place, right? The government has helped organize the facilitation of these things. I mean, whether you agree with the foreign policy of said such organization, which I do not, but you know, there's that to take care of. But as far as the actual organization of the country, to a more or lesser degree, I would approve. You know, we don't live in Ethiopia, right, bro?
Running water, running hot water, yes. All the government workers, all the statesmen, from the top up to the bottom down, may they get a hand for the mediocre or excellent job that they do. One hand from St. Tommy, thank you, and the sound of one hand clapping. Yes, there you go, sugar, yes, there it is. One hand clapping to all the government workers. Thank you, and thank you.
You go down there, right? You're out of work, and you can collect welfare, right? You get free money from the government.
What is this you say? Free
I know
money?
it's an amazing system, dude, to help you get back on your feet if times are rough. I mean, there's just that. There's Social Security. There's the ability to have medical care.
Thank you, Obama.
All of these things are available for us to use. Now, if you don't agree with how much it costs and all this other stuff, I understand. I know the problems, but at least it's available, right? We don't live in Ethiopia where you shit in a bucket and die of fucking scurvy at 22, right? You know,
You're lucky if you have a bucket. You're lucky if you have a bucket.
That's true. Hey, it might not be perfectly just in your precinct or your district, or perfectly equitable in all ways to everyone at all times, but there's some justice to it.
He ain't heavy. He's my government.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, we can poo-poo it. Yes, we can polish it. We can render all the advice that it needs and more.
Let me ask you guys, if you, you're all, okay, we're all in different economic situations here, but do you think you can cut 1% of your expenses right now? Just 1%. 1%.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
No way, man.
Yes.
I ain't willing. No way.
Okay.
I'm out to increase expenses along with increased revenue. But anyway, in theory.
So wait, you can't. Let me ask you something. You can't even smoke 1% less cigarettes today.
I concede it could. It could happen. Yes.
Could you eat 1% less today?
Yes, I could. I could cut 1%.
I mean, it wouldn't really affect you too much to take 1% of certain expenses, if maybe you know.
Right.
Right. Me in a mood.
Yep, I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. 1% of overall expenses today. One less breath, one less cup of water, one less cigarette, one less dollar spent. Yeah, I could do it.
One last bell to answer.
Sugar, could you spend 1%, or could you have a 1% cut in expenses?
Yeah,
Would it kill you? Like if you took
for sure. No,
1%? Uh,
I can do it. Easy.
Prescott, welcome. Hey, we just talked about you yesterday. This
I know.
morning, Jello, with Jello.
Yeah,
How you
Jello.
doing?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you've been summoned.
I guess that's what it was.
The internet does have consciousness.
It was positive too.
Oh yeah,
Positive.
I like John. Yeah.
So I just brought up a story, Prescott. Here in the United States, they signed a new budget deal a couple of days ago, and already they spent over $300 billion in 2 days. It's the largest, since this deal. I didn't read the deal, but I mean, if we already spent $330 billion in 2 days, it doesn't sound like a good thing.
Hell of a deal. I heard our government knew a guy that knew a guy. And that's how they did it.
Wow.
Yeah, they knew a guy. Yeah.
I knew
Now,
him.
one candidate, I was listening to a Republican debate today. One candidate, Rand Paul, he wants to start off with this. He calls it the penny solution, 1%. That 1% can easily, across the board, every program, cut 1% of their expenses. Might not be a great impact, be a nice start. I dare say we could do 10%.
Yeah, but they won't do it.
No. And is Rand
Who are you, a prophet of God or something? How can you predict they won't do it? My God, sir. Are you Republican or what? What is
Canadian,
this?
sir.
He's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
Never mind. I retract my rant.
Hey, up here, we just elected in a government that promised to deficit spend in the first year of being elected into office in order to pay for all the promises that they made in their campaign, and the Canadians elected them in overwhelmingly. So this is what we have to deal with here. So.
That is positive vision there. Yes,
But he's
deficit
cute.
spend within
He's
the
cute.
first year. He is, isn't he? Look at that.
Yeah.
I like his tattoo. I like his tattoo on his head. That's
I
cool.
thought we were talking about the new Prime Minister. Sorry.
Sorry.
I have no idea what he looks like.
Cute.
I don't care if the guy's
Now you just brought Prescott
I
up,
don't know what
and then you
Prescott
brought him down.
I don't care if
Green's
the
not my
Prime Minister is Quasimodo with a big hump on his back, looking all deformed, and if he get the job done, he or she, A-okay in my book, man.
Prescott, I didn't mean to. It wasn't.
I didn't mean. I was just
We
trying
were
to.
talking politics.
I was just trying to be upbeat. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm
It's
sorry.
his birthday.
I'm
his
sorry.
You get a
hello.
pass today,
Sorry.
Tommy.
Goodbye.
You get a full pass today, Tommy. It's your birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and happy birthday, Tommy.
He gets a hall pass today?
Thank you.
A hall pass. You want a hall pass?
Thank
You want a bus pass? Train pass?
A sexual pass. I'll take one of those. Yeah.
Oh, hello. How you doing? I only have 5 minutes for you, though. Wherever you can.
2 minutes is about all it'll take, probably.
You mean twice?
I don't know. It's been a long time. Maybe.
That joke usually goes over, but it's fine. I had to reload Windows onto my. Anybody had to reload this Windows 10 onto their computer after loading it? No.
I do Apple Mac products.
I'm switching over to that.
I originally downloaded Windows 10, thinking it'd be all cool and stuff, and I ran into problems. So now I've completely reset the computer and have Windows 8.
Ah.
Yeah, I keep getting those notices. Upgrade. Join the 110 million people who upgraded Windows 10, and I'm afraid to. I'm really am. It seems like anytime I change something, I lose something. Something don't work.
Well,
Happened with me
changed
with
it.
iTunes. Fuck. I uploaded their new upgrade. Downloaded their upgrade and lost a bunch of music. It was a fucking nightmare.
I did Windows 10 in the very beginning, and it had a little problem with sound audio, and I was able to just kind of fix it on my own by downloading like an extension that was an audio extension. Kind of helped, and then it didn't help anymore. But then I think they updated the drivers, and things were good, and then things were not good again. So
I think I'll just wait till the next computer I
but
buy
now I've
to get the
updated.
Windows 10.
Yeah, so let me know if my sound goes wonky again. 'Cause
No, you sound good.
yeah, because I think it updated the drivers, so it actually might be okay to try it. I didn't lose anything. It was very easy to install. I must say that. But I think I'm going to switch over to the Mac.
If anybody sees my toy poodle, Coco, please return her to me. She ran off yesterday, Coco. She's a very sweet dog. But
Wow. Wow, she needs some peanut butter or something.
well, she's just such a sweet disposition. She's so sweet. Yeah, she'll eat peanut butter. She doesn't bite. Great with kids and kittens. Yeah, if you see her, send her back, please.
I will. Fine hound you got there. Fine hound.
She's a snuggler. She is.
That was a poodle, dude?
A toy poodle, sir. Toy poodle.
Oh, sorry.
That's a toy poodle?
Yeah, she's, well, I don't know if she's a thoroughbred or not.
Gotta be a mix. So good.
No papers, you know?
Prescott, are you saying that the Mac is very easy to use?
Well, I'm probably not a good person to actually, like, I've been using them since the 80s. So
Okay.
I really don't know much about the Windows environment enough to really be able to compare the two. I know that some people that have used Windows and they switch to Mac find it very hard to adjust, and other people seem to have a little problem. So
Okay.
I really couldn't advise you one way or the other on that.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate the input. I'm kind of curious. I don't think I've ever even seen it.
The main difference is if you ever have used computers before, Mac is kind of like it almost looks like an old operating system of Windows, like Windows 3.1 or Windows 4, these old ones. But there's a lot of privacy things that are better with Macintosh, and a lot more integrity in the entire operating system. So you won't necessarily crash all that much. It's very hard to get viruses, these types of things, just because they're not compatible with Mac.
Yeah. My
But
iPad.
the operating system itself is almost completely different than like what you're using now. It's kind of like an older version of Windows.
Okay.
I just put a condom over my keyboard, and I never get any viruses.
Well, it's nothing that a shot can't cure, you know.
A condom over your keyboard.
Virus.
Yeah,
That's
everything.
either one big condom or one small keyboard.
Hey, it's not the size of the keyboard that matters. I keep telling you guys that.
It's the fingering.
5 3/4 inches.
I do declare. Is it anything like the iPad, or when you not the virus, the operating system?
Indescribable.
No, it's not like the iPad at all.
Morning, Steve.
Good morning. We have Mr. Steve Punk in the house.
Good day, Mr. Punk.
What's up, Steve? How you doing today?
Everybody.
Welcome to the Morning Crow live, and we're celebrating St. Tommy's birthday today.
Yay! Happy birthday, St. Tommy.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'm going to go on to our
wasn't sure
next
which Tommy
story.
you meant.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't sure which Tommy you meant, and I was thinking, is that Saint Tommy?
Oh yeah, I didn't clarify that in a post I did. Tommy Hall thought I was saying happy birthday to him, but hey, if it's his birthday too, happy birthday to Tommy Hall.
It's also Tommy Hall's birthday?
No,
Same
I
day?
don't think so. No,
Oh.
because I just put "Happy Birthday, Tommy." I didn't forgot to put the saint in there.
He
very,
tries to blot it out. I'm
Yeah,
so obnoxious with my sainthood. He tries to blot it out. I can't blame him. I don't blame him.
Despite the
People just
differences
think it's
between you
street.
two, I hope he was able to at least say "Happy Birthday" to you.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. I love Tommy Hall. I love Tommy.
Our
Oh,
Nick,
how many?
go ahead.
How many-
What's that?
Sorry, Bojo. How
It's
many
okay.
years is it for Saint Tommy now?
53 million years old. Yes,
Mm.
53 million years ago, I took my first breath. Yes, of air.
Ah, you're still young.
53 million years old.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeehaw! Above ground, baby. Yep, and not in jail for another year.
Good.
Certainly a lot of
Good.
experience you must have had in 53 million years.
Oh yes, it's been an indescribably wondrous ride. Who am I again? Where am I? What?
You are St. Tommy.
Thank you for that reminder. Thank you.
Not a problem.
I was in a room that got porn bombed yesterday. First time.
Oh,
Yeah,
hope you didn't have your channel live.
It wasn't my channel.
Oh,
But it was live, but it wasn't my channel.
porn bombs. Very dangerous thing.
That's what I
Yes,
hear.
it is.
Yeah.
Naked.
It was not pretty either.
Naked.
Oh God. To be porn bombed and then not to be pretty. Just
It was gross.
Kissimmee? No.
double the pain.
No. And I'm telling you, you could have drove a truck through it. Ugh.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Drove a truck through that.
I don't know where to get therapy, but if I could find it, I would suggest it. But I don't know.
I agree.
We have Jason. Anybody know Jason?
Jason Hogan? No, I do not know Jason Hogan.
Hi, Jason. Don't porn bomb us. We're live. Can I trust you, Jason? Before I show you in broadcast?
I don't know that I would, but that's just me. I get trolled a lot, but
You could text right now.
He looks like an upstanding citizen. We'll be all right, sir.
Well, before I let him in, I'm gonna have another story here. I'm gonna throw up. Hello.
Who?
Sorry.
Does anybody hear me? Everybody hear me, right?
Yes,
Do I
sir.
have to
Sorry.
scream louder?
No, it's
I
perfect.
don't like yelling.
Perfect clarity. Yeah, perfect clarity.
Now, I wish Mark
I'll do some
Seidel.
recall.
There she goes again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a genetic.
I'm gonna mute you.
It's all woman. I got it. I'll beat you to it.
Oh, women. Anyway, next story. I wish Mark Seidel was in here because he is a big Prince fan. All right. This is a story that comes out of I think it was The Guardian. Let's see. I'll give you a screenshot. But where to go now? Oof. Wait, I lost my screenshot. Give me a moment. Damn me, I got thrown off track here. Shit, where'd it go? Son of a bitch. Okay, there it is. All right. Mark Seidel is a big Prince fan. I don't know if any of you know, if you ever tried to get a Prince song on YouTube or go see a video, it's just not there. You know, his thing was he didn't want to be part of the whole system. So if there's a video that goes up, it's knocked down right away. Because he just felt musicians were not going to make money. But here in this article, in 1985, Prince released a single called Paisley Park, the first to be taken from a psychedelic opus, Around the World in a Day. It's one of several Prince songs that describe the location's kind of mystical utopia. Let me see, I want to get down to where he talks about the internet. Hold on. Fuck, where'd it go now? Anyway, alright, I'm just gonna read the article. Shit.
Mr. Hogan is Canadian. I can tell you that much. Or at least
Mr. Hogan's Canadian.
He claims Canada as his place of residence or birth. So, oh, look at that baby. That baby's not Canadian. I can tell you that right now.
I lost my total train of thought here. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm sorrier than you are. Face it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I can't seem to find where prediction is. Forget it. All right, I'm gonna tell a story, but that looks bad. I know. Whatever.
What is there to do in Edmonton? Anything exciting?
Edmonton, where? Where's that? Oh, I know, Canada.
Yeah, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, what is there to do there?
Not so much. A lot of working.
Edmonton. I've always heard that you have a soccer team, right? The Drillers, or is
Yeah,
it
they have the
hockey?
drillers, but I mean, I don't really think the soccer team's picking up so much anymore. They kind of went out of the picture.
Hmm.
Same with the baseball team. It's not a really big sports team. I mean, not a really big sports city. We have two teams, but they're not the greatest.
Can't
Oh, I
remember
was gonna
that.
say you look familiar. You are Scorpion. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, no,
Okay, no, okay, no, all right.
depending on
Gee,
how I
I
log
haven't
in.
seen you in a while.
Yeah, no, if I'm in Google Plus, I either log in as Scorponok or I log in as Jason Hogan. It just depends on what I click on.
Jason Hogan. Is that? Well, I'm gonna ask you if it's a true name or not.
Oh yeah, that's a real name.
Oh, okay. Jason. Scorponok.
Transformers.
Oh.
Well, I salute your mom and dad for inventing.
Thank you, sir.
Scorponok's got very interesting ideas about religion and occult ideas and philosophies. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You care to share anything, Jason?
It depends. It's a wide topic. Do you want to kind of?
Yeah, I know. Okay. I would share. You know, we have the debates going on. We have a presidential election here. You know, I mean, I don't even know if politics even fancies you.
No, I'm pretty up with politics.
Okay, so you know, dealing with the ills of the world. um, what would you say? Okay, your philosophy, your worldview, the crux of the problem. What is the problem that underlies all this? Why is this happening?
I say equality. I think that until everyone realizes that they're equals of each other and we get rid of authority and hierarchy, you'll never have true peace in the world.
Jason for president, 2015.
Speaking my language.
16.
By what you mean by equality, does that mean? Because I don't necessarily believe that all men are created equal. All right, so
All types of
we
men.
all have our own strengths and weaknesses, and from my version, from what I gather in reality, there are some people that are much better at things than I am, and much worse.
That's all types of human beings.
Yes.
All types.
It's not equality, though.
Yeah, I agree with the statement that you said, but to add to that, I would say that I'm not really looking at the skill sets of a human being, just more so the rights of each human being. So if I'm allowed to do something, someone else should be allowed to do something equally.
Their base goodness. All human beings are good. Even the Hitlers, even the Obamas, even the Lyricses, and even the St. Tommies. We're all good.
That was
We
not
might not
mentioned in that
smell
lineup.
good. We might
That
not
was
smell
not mentioned
good.
in that lineup.
Are you totally against any hierarchy? I mean, as I see, I think we need some kind of government, some kind of order. Somebody has to lead. Somebody has to direct.
Couldn't
Can't we leave each
self-governance
other?
be an option? If each individual was educated, couldn't self-governance be an option?
Mhm.
I mean, assuming things are the way they are now, I think it'd be anarchy and chaos because a lot of individuals wouldn't take the moral ground. But if you had a starting point where everyone was moral, and then you trained everyone to be self-governed as opposed to looking for a leader, wouldn't that be the best fix?
Yeah. I mean, if each of us comes strong and solid and 100%. We're able to give to another human being without being like emotionally vampirical, and we can give. And if I take care of me, then I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I agree 100%. I like that.
I think the problem is like what you said, the vampiring, the taking from people, the leeching off of people, using people as resources. I think we have a system that's kind of built right now that allows for people to leech off of other people just to make it in this world.
Oh my God.
Another country heard from. Well, and I think that we've kind of lost sight and touch with our natural self. We're going so against nature, to even from rearing children to just the way we live.
We kind of built a reality on top of nature, and we've tried to work within it, and it's a mess.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with somebody about the whole vaccine thing, and I'm not taking any position other than to say that if we didn't have this modern transportation that got us all over the world very quickly, we may not be spreading so many germs. I'm not advocating that we stop doing either of those, but I think we see that, and we can get oranges in July when they're a winter crop, and we do all kinds of things backwards now.
Love is the answer. Butterfly effect.
Love is the answer.
For today, not under compulsion, not because you gotta, but just because it's fun, because it helps.
And not because you've been charged.
That's right.
I'm with you there, Tommy.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm with you there. We need more love.
Love. Lovey.
And if you feel afraid, love one another.
That's it.
And if you've lost your way, love one another.
Everybody get together.
The 70s were good.
Doesn't it come down to, like Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. It's all going to start with us.
I'm sorry.
Start with us as individuals.
We're all.
My family is knocking. I'll be right back.
All right.
We can only hope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mute you, Sugar, so we can get more background noise.
So I've seen a couple of these Morning Crow advertisements in my feed. Do you typically take a topic from the news and then expand on it, or what's the format?
Yeah, well, today's a little more was off the cuff, kind of. Yes, usually I, get something ready, but didn't today.
Very
me and Lyrics were me and Lyrics were just chatting. And he's like, hey, I would just throw one up.
It's my birthday.
And it's his birthday. Tommy's birthday. Yeah, so usually I have a couple of 2 or 3 topics prepared. Get a conversation going. I usually get some good participants in the room before I go on, before I go live.
I'm still born. Yeah, still born again.
You're still born again.
So Jason, just out of curiosity, like, is it are you? You're probably familiar with Stefan
Molyneux?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not. Can you say that name again? Stefan,
Stefan.
Just found it. Okay, Canadian blogger?
Yeah. He's got some stuff on YouTube as well. Actually, has quite a bit of stuff. Free domain radio.
Actually, that's the first time I heard of that one. I'll take a look at it, actually.
Yeah. Libertarian, Ayn Rand, anarcho-capitalist. Does that sound right?
Sounds right. Sounds right.
So, yeah. So along those lines. So yes, some pretty good stuff there.
Okay. Yeah, I see cryptocurrency.
Yeah, there's I mean, you can't take positions like that without garnering a little bit of criticism or a lot, as the case might be. But anyway, I know that there are some people that kind of view him as kind of a cult leader kind of guy, but I think that's because of his persona, or just like he's very charismatic and presents well and has a lot of followers on YouTube. So,
okay.
But
what throws people off about him? Is it his ideologies, his philosophy?
Well, some of the stuff that he gets into, he's into the non-aggression principle, and kind of sees the main one of the main thrusts that he has is kind of like using nonviolence in raising children, which makes it sound like I'm advocating that we should be violent in raising our children, but that's not what I'm saying. It's but I think at times in the past he has I think that he is kind of he's advocated people to kind of abandon their family of origin, that because if they've been harmful kind of in kind of how you were raised, so if you're abused as a kid, he would recommend that as long as your family is still kind of abusing you psychologically and whatever, you'd be better off by cutting off your ties with your family, kind of thing. And he has said that in the past. And
shunning.
Been a lot
He's a practicer of shunning, which is a clear sign of a cult leader. I'm not saying he is or anything like that, but every single cult leader that's ever been around has encouraged his following to shun family members or outside influences that don't agree with you, and he does this.
I agree with that statement, but when I hear the idea that it's cutting out people that are negative aspects of your life, I don't see it the same as like a cult leader shunning, but I could see how it could kind of get interpreted that way.
Yeah, and that's I don't really have an opinion on that because I don't have anything really vested in his opinion so much as it is one of many influences, like in terms of who I listen to and what I'm looking at, and so I just find some of the stuff that he deals with to be because he tries in fairness to Stefan, he at least tries to. I mean, I think that he's arrogant, but that's because he's smart and he knows he's smart. But I do find that many times he at least is he's at least trying to be consistent in using reason to make an argument, as opposed to just being ideologically driven, which a lot of people tend to be. That it's there are people that are into like, oh well, you got to help poor people because they're poor, just from an ideology that tells you that you gotta, like, you just have to look after poor people. And with him, it'd be kind of like, well, you really have to think through the process of the difference between deserving poor and those who are intentionally abusing the system and so on. Like you don't want to enable everybody in their poverty, but you do want to try and help those who legitimately need help.
And rich people are poor too. They suffer horribly. Rich people, they suffer isolation. If they buy something, they pay extra for it. All their attorneys just screw them. People compulsively try and pick their pocket. Rich people are poor too. Look, may we not forget the rich.
And poor people are rich by world standards, at least here in the West.
Yes. A poor person, even a dry crust, is gourmet. A poor person sleeps much better than rich people. Oh yes.
It's all relative, Tommy.
It is. Thank you. Jeff Keller for president, 2016.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I retract that.
No, that's fine.
Department of Treasury, 2016.
Okay.
I've never seen his checkbook, so I'll trust you on that one.
I like Stefan a lot on his points. I think that with any single human being, we are not right on everything, nor wrong on everything. You know what I mean? Most people have a wrong opinion, a wrong logical opinion about something due to their upbringing, experiences, delusions that they have, blah blah blah. So, but I would say that Stefan Molyneux has very good opinions on a lot of different things. Just like a lot of other people here who have very good opinions on a lot of different things. He also has some really shitty opinions on certain things that I think that wouldn't work out, So when I'm always watching one of these YouTube gurus or super intellectual dudes, you know, I gotta look at it logically, you know, not and try not to become a fan, you know. Like I'm not a fan of Stefan. I will occasionally watch one of his videos, just like any other random dude on YouTube, you know, but I don't let his ideology cloud my logic. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Cognitive dissonance. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I agree with that. I mean, when I listen to a speaker, there's an infinite amount of speakers with great things to say, but then they also have ideologies that either contradict or conflict something else that I believe. So I kind of stick with whoever can keep consistent reasoning, speaks from the heart, and you pick the information that resonates to you that makes logical sense from the heart. I think like that's at least that's my compass, my heart.
This Molyneux, does he play hockey? Molyneux, wasn't there a famous hockey player? Last name Molyneux?
I think you're thinking Mario Lemieux.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, Molyneux. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds like hockey.
I put a link to the side there, Sugar.
I saw that. Does he has regular blogs?
Yeah, he's a regular vlogger,
Lindsay
libertarian philosopher.
Okay.
I think you're thinking about Lindsay Molyneux. That's kind of what Google kicked up in the search.
Oh, thank you. I've been looking for new people to follow to kind of broaden my horizons. And
Mark Passio's a neat one.
who?
Mark Passio.
I don't think I've come across him.
He gives his interpretation of natural law, and I think it's very good.
Oh, okay. I would like that. I would like that. I'm trying to bring up the brains.
His story was basically he was a servant of the dark side who changed his ways and then now educates people on how the philosophies, the basic thought set of satanic organizations operate. It's really intriguing.
Oh, that's interesting. I would like that.
Does he believe in a flat Earth?
Sorry, does he mock a flat Earth?
My yard is flat.
Oh my goodness! The other day, Stefan had a flat earther on his show, and was, I mean, it was. At some point, the logic just begins to fall apart, and I mean, he was very patient with him, but it was amusing by times. So. Because he never mocked him. He treats his guests with respect, which is more than a lot of people do online. So
Kindness is loving, and lovingness is good, and friendship is magic. Well, never mind.
Commando spoke quite a bit the other day about his belief system. He and a newer member named Michael Fall, who is brilliant, and absolutely mad all at the same time, which is, I think, a beautiful combination. He's an artist, and he's a painter, and a real wordsmith. I love to see him get everybody on the ropes. They have no idea what he's saying, and it's perfectly clear to like 2 or 3 people, and the look of, what is this guy saying? Is he even speaking English? It's really an interesting fellow. I'd like to see more of him. But the 2 of them went off on mystic Gnosticism or Gnostic.
Yeah, that's a Gnostic.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It really was. And there's that one person that stands up, or metaphorically stands up and goes, "What the fuck are you saying?" The whole room falls apart.
Where did this guy Michael? Where does he stand?
He
is he a Gnostic?
He seems to have beliefs that kind of parallel with Commando.
Okay.
I don't believe that he's on the flat Earth train though, because he knows at some point it falls off the edge. But yeah, that's I really like listening to it, and that was the thing that I kept trying to reinforce is that, look, you don't have to believe what this young man believes, but Commando will give little bits and pieces, little sound bites of his belief system. He never really gets to get a whole thought out or anything because he gets mocked, and all that. And I said, the young man's 21 years old. He's got this belief system, and he's working it out, and nobody'd even. I said, just shift your paradigm. Just take a look at it, walk a mile in his shoes, something like that. You don't have to adopt it as yours to see somebody else's vision or I think it's fair. I think it's
We're
nice.
growing. We're growing.
Yeah.
We're adopting each other's good vision. We're seeing things through each other's eyes. We're growing. Yeah.
I think people are less scary when you try and see the world through their eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I like not being afraid. That's a good thing.
Me too. Yeah.
I have a really weird perspective on the flat Earth debate. I've heard a lot of it actually in the last couple of months, so I kind of built some kind of a perspective on it. And I'm just wondering if anyone else has kind of heard this before. I'm not thinking of the Earth that I physically live on as being flat because I'm pretty much convinced I have enough indicators that that's not the case. But I thought that perhaps this would come from some stories of mythology. So the idea that I had was, would it be possible if, for example, let's say the physical body no longer exists and the energy inside the body has to go somewhere? Would that go to a singularity, a plane of flatness, basically digitized? Like, what happens? Where does the soul go? Is it something digital? Is it something organic? Can you even confirm what that is? And I thought that maybe the possibility of the flat Earth debate would be, well, here on the physical, everything is three-dimensional, or at least appears to be, and then if you pass and I don't know, your consciousness becomes almost digitized on some kind of a one flat plane.
It's interesting.
Almost like being on the internet.
Yeah.
So a flat universe?
So we're actually dead right now, and this is our souls.
Exactly.
Oh. Wow. I get it. No, I mean, really, that was really interesting. Because the only way, being an atheist, the only way I can explain any kind of soul, which I feel like I've got something warm and fuzzy going on, is to say I don't know what it is, but it is that thing I see within everybody when they're alive and that I don't see when they've passed. It's the thing I feel when I'm in a room full of people, that not so much, I don't feel it so much when I'm alone. And when I'm in nature, I feel it, but not so much in a big building. If I were alone in a building, I wouldn't. So, but that, I'm just far enough down the rabbit hole, sir. I can buy that. I can buy that.
With the YouTube videos that I've seen about flat Earth terminology or theories, whatever the hell the thing is, it's like about the sun. All of the videos that I've seen using YouTube, at least, it's like the sun goes underneath the Earth. Not underneath the Earth. It actually goes around in a circle. Then yet, how does it seem to go up and down to us? It's not really going round, or is there some kind of different effect that I'm totally missing out on? I don't know how that would work if the Earth is flat.
I'm clueless. My yard is flat. My yard is flat. But whether my yard is flat or bumpy or round, it is good, and the inhabitants thereof are good. Whether they see it as flat or round, I don't know, depending on which day you catch them, I guess. But yeah, peeps are good, whether they see it as round or flat or bumpy. Yeah.
I heard it was I heard Pillbox explain it the other day, and I'm embarrassed I wasn't quite paying attention. Like a pizza, and I think it goes. I thought it went around the outside or something to that effect. I'm Michael Ann.
Yeah, and I mean, the theory is that it's not that the sun isn't that far above the Earth, and it's not that large, and so the perception would be as it moves across the plane that that it only lights up the area where it's at, so it kind of rolls around the circle. But I think the part of the problem would be, I think, in explaining how you could fly from, say, the tip of South America to the tip of Africa, because according to how they have it laid out, I guess it's supposed to be like the UN map, or the UN logo, and so really the tip of Africa and the tip of South America should actually be on opposite sides of the plane.
Okay.
Right? And so I don't know how you would manage to fly from one to the other. Really have to cross the entire plane.
I know they take off.
You just evolved feathers.
Oh, what's the echo? Getting echo.
Well, there's your expert.
Who's echoing?
Here's a couple experts.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Here's my girl Rose.
Rose can tell you all about it.
Hey, Michael, man. Good to see you.
Very good, Tommy. How are you, dear?
Oh, it's a good hair day and my birthday.
Oh, God bless.
Yes, I have survived another year.
Oh, my Lord. I thought it was Tommy Hall's birthday, so I gave him a happy birthday. I'm going to have to go back and reset.
Celebrate, yes.
But now to delete that one.
I got the wrong
That's what I'm
one.
in.
Good for you. 25 again?
I'm almost out of puberty. Almost. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Hey,
Tommy.
thank you, Rose. Thank you.
Love you, brother.
Thank you, Rose, very much. You help.
I hope. Wish you many more.
Tommy, you know how stressful it can be going through puberty. I'm feeling it for you.
Yeah, it's a little rough, you know. Sometimes I get like I can understand reality, but I'm reassured by all of you. I'm reassured. Thank you.
Helmets and knee pads. You'll get through it.
Helmets and knee pads.
That puberty's a rough gig.
Yeah. It is, you know. It is. There's so many things go on I don't understand, but this place, G+, you guys help. You do.
Oh, yeah, it definitely helps to pass the day, Wayne. Sugar was a part of the flat Earth model that you were presented to. Is this it, as you see on the screen? Kind of a.
I don't know. That wasn't the picture I saw, but I know very little about it. But like I said, I think that Rose is quite the. She's the knowledge base here. I mean, I don't know who else is.
Here, I'll show you.
On flat Earth.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Because I don't want to give bad information.
My yard is flat.
Hey, if you really want to see some real-time stuff, you really need to look up Admiral Byrd. I've been fascinated by Byrd for a very long time. I remember them, I don't know, years ago. He was in the Senate forever and a day. I mean, he was hailed as our, 40s and 50s. What's that guy in the movie? I can't think of him now. Oh, God. There's the guy in the,
this is
the adventure thing with the...
A visionary?
No, I can only
I'm sorry.
Crocodile Dundee, but not that one. The other guy with the hat.
Indiana Jones.
MacArthur?
Thank you very much. He was our modern-day Indiana Jones when there was still exploring to be done. And he's made several trips. And in his own personal diaries, very much like the astronauts, they're not allowed to tell what they saw.
Admiral Byrd?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Admiral Byrd, they have his private diary, and he begins to say, I wasn't allowed to speak about this, but I'm going to tell you about it because I feel it is my right that the rest of the world understands this and gets the full story. And it's going to curl your hair It will curl your hair as to what this man knows.
Oh,
And was
got
not
some
allowed to
interesting
tell us
videos.
that. And it influences everything, including flat Earth.
Good God.
So,
They even
Michael
have a
Ann, let me get this straight. Michael Ann, you believe in a flat Earth?
I'm working on it.
I'm undecided myself.
Let's put it this way. I'm moving away from the ball.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's not something to easily digest. It wasn't easy for me either.
I like the Bible. I like what Bird has to say.
This is the four corners right here. That would be in the Bible, right?
Mhm.
And then you have, then
And
you
it
take
makes sense.
this, you take this, and you put it here in the middle. So right here in the middle of the four corners would be this, and this is the sun and the moon rotating around. This would be the equator on top.
Yep.
I feel the urge to go play some roulette right now.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It
Wow.
looks like a roulette
Well,
wheel.
I'm
Well,
not
maybe that's where they got the roulette wheel from.
I'm
Who knows?
not perfectly mentally healthy in all ways at all times about everything. So I'm hesitant to make a firm judgment about it. But
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's not easy. It's not easy. And here's the dome, and here in the dome would be the zodiac and the stars and the so-called planets.
Underdome.
So you would take this and this, and you put it on top of this, and then that's what you're looking at.
Those people that have circumnavigated have only gone east to west. You cannot
Mhm.
go north to south. What's up with that?
Yeah, you know, when I was a flight attendant, we know none of our flights went totally north to south. That's right. We'd always kind of go over the Bering Strait.
Only intercontinental ballistics missiles can do that.
The north is in the middle, right here, and then this is the Arctic would be around the Arctic wall. This is where Admiral Byrd went, and you can read the diaries that Michael was talking about. And he's done expeditions, and he talks about this right here. He talks about this Arctic Circle right here.
Hitler
Yeah.
had a whole lot to do with what went on up in the Antarctic. He was fascinated by it. He understood what was up there.
So according to your model, if I keep going east, I'm going to hit into this Arctic Circle on the edge of the flat Earth, right?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So there's 360 degrees of an Arctic Circle around the Earth under this model?
That's what
Yes.
supposedly holds the waters in.
Yes.
And wasn't there a woman that made it out there, or somebody, and all they found was her snowmobile?
She
And
tried
this is-
several times, but she was very young when she tried the first couple of times. But you can't. It's pretty daunting out there. You can't set out on a snowmobile and think you're going to make
Yeah.
it. When you
No, you're not.
What Admiral Byrd brought to bear on his third trip, he brought half the goddamn army with him, and they still.
And after he was done, after the third expedition, there was a treaty that was signed through every single country in the entire Earth that they wouldn't go to the Arctic. There's a treaty. So I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, there's actually a treaty that nobody will go here.
Trust me, when they loaded Admiral Byrd up to go out that third time, this was an expedition that was supposed to last, months. I mean, he was going big time.
So let me ask you something. Where's the sun in all this?
This is the sun spinning right here. You see the yellow dot right here?
Around the plate.
Can you see it? Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the sun. This is the moon. Now on here, it's very small, but this is the moon, and this is the sun, and it's spinning too. So you have to take this.
Why is the sun so small?
It's a model. What the fuck do you mean?
But also, if it's closer, if it's closer, it doesn't need to be as big, right?
No, it makes the sun look like smaller than the moon.
Well,
It's a model. It's a model, dude. It's come on.
So how come this Arctic Circle's not being melted by the sun?
Because it isn't.
Dude, I don't freaking know, man. It's not.
Well, shouldn't you think about that?
Well, no, shouldn't you? I don't know. This is what it is. This is what it is. Okay.
I have a question theory.
Do your research. So this is it with this on top of this in the middle of this. All right, there you go. That's it.
You have a question, Jason? had a question.
Yeah, the
And
question
then you
is
have this.
Hold on.
to
Yeah,
perceive
go ahead.
this as being like let's assume that I take this as this is how it works. Would that mean that the NASA pictures, for example, of like different photos of Earth we've seen, you would have to believe that those are all false, correct?
They are.
They are.
And there's people and whistleblowers that came out and already admitted that. So
Okay.
that's not new.
I just wanted to see if there was. I just
They're
wanted to see if it was
all
consistent.
They're CGI and composite.
Even the
Yeah.
new Japanese
And
ones that
your
come out,
disbelief about that doesn't change the facts.
Yeah, there's already been whistleblowers that came out and they know it's modified pictures. How can we have a 180 degrees of Pluto, but we don't have a 180 degrees of the Earth? How do we have rovers on the moon? I mean, not on the moon, but on Mars, but we don't have rovers on the moon. There should be. Okay, so why is there not rovers on the moon, but we have them on Mars?
so there's
Oh,
a
we're flying by fucking Saturn. We're flying by fucking Jupiter, and here's a picture, but we don't have 24-hour feed of the Earth.
You know how many
You
satellites
know that?
supposedly?
I thought we did. I thought the new Japanese one.
No,
Isn't
it's
it
bullshit.
updated?
So I guess at this point, if I show you any kind of footage from space of the Earth, you're just going to dismiss it as
Anybody
as,
but
as
NASA.
computer generated. As planned.
No.
Anybody but NASA.
How about the International Space Station?
That's NASA.
No, that's bullshit.
That's NASA.
How can I get you
Russia,
any pictures from space without NASA being
The
involved?
Russians.
Exactly, and that's the point. That's the
But,
point. That's
so
the
wait.
Hold on. No, that's the point. When you only have to rely on one source to tell you where you live,
No,
shouldn't you?
about
Hold on.
the European Space Agency or
They're
the
all part of
Chinese
the
space
same
program.
agency. They're all part of the same agency.
So you don't trust any of these space agencies?
I'm not. I'm saying, why would I rely on one source? They're all
I'm not giving
one
you this
source.
one sword. NASA. Okay, what about these other space agencies?
They work
all around
together.
the world?
They work together.
Actually, I can affirm the comment about working together. I've noticed the handshake called the handshake of Tubal-Cain, and I went through a ton of world leaders and a ton of different celebrities, musicians, etc. They're all doing the same handshake. So it sounds a little bit like insanity to say that everyone's part of the problem, but if you actually look at it, there are a lot of people doing secret handshakes.
Yeah.
You have to be a 33
Oh
degree
my
Mason.
God, that proves it.
Well, you have to be a 33-degree Mason to become an astronaut.
It doesn't prove anything, but at the same time, it does give reasonable doubt to, are you actually being
It
told?
warrants investigation.
Yes.
Well, it's certainly most emotionally impactful that could color one's vision. At the least, it is emotionally very impactful, which colors what one does not see. Absolutely.
Michael Ann, you have to be a 33-degree Mason to become an astronaut?
That's correct.
Yes.
Where you get this? Where's this information coming from?
There's a video on
It's
YouTube.
called research. You get the information by research.
It's in all the places you won't look, Brother John.
There's
Exactly.
actually a video on YouTube that shows
It's
every
in all the places you won't look.
All the places I won't.
And why do they use the flat Earth as a...
Why don't you point me in the direction to look?
Just Google 33-degree Mason equals astronaut. You'll be surprised what comes
Yeah.
up.
Go ahead.
Well, I
Just
want to know
Google,
what
Google
you're
it.
relying your
Google
opinion
it.
on.
Well, it's called research. Google it.
It's called if you make a claim.
And
back
here's
it
the-
up. Why?
here's the
I don't, you
Illumina-
do this all the time,
If I make
Rose.
a claim and you're
Here's the Illuminati cards too, and you have NASA, and it's being recorded with lights.
I don't want you to believe me. I want you to do your own research.
Yeah, but people are lazy. They want you to give them all their answers and prove it all to them. They don't want to do shit.
I posted a video in the chat on the right hand side.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be spending a big chunk of my day if
And I did. I spent more than a day. I spent 15 years. I spent more than.
I will not tolerate being talked over in my own hangout. That is not going to happen. I'm not going to spend a big chunk of my day. I'm going to go researching to just try to disprove every opinion or conspiracy or
Then don't worry
crazy
about
idea.
Then
But if
don't
you're
worry
making a claim about it, if you really think this is the case, at
then
least
don't worry
put me
about
in
it.
the direction. Let me
Just
see if
polite
it's a
conversation.
reliable. Let me see if it's a reliable source. I mean, come on.
Well, I'm not going to spend my entire day looking for a reliable source you're going to look at. My suggestion.
Well, if you're making this claim that a 33-degree
this
Mason,
thing.
you have to be a 33-degree Mason asteroid. You obviously have this information already at your fingertips.
Yeah, I do. But years ago, I did my research. You don't think I walk around with this all day long?
Who's playing? What are they playing? Somebody's playing a video.
If the topic interests you, my friend, I look into it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it.
Love is the answer.
I posted a video on the right-hand side to try to answer the question. Every time NASA does a change of command in space, you'll notice they do the exact same hand gesture. The video's on the right. It's at 11:06. It shows you about 10 of these in order, and they all do the same thing every single time. Yep. Whether or not they're a 33-degree Mason, there's obviously some secret symbolism going on with hand gestures.
That proves it. That proves it all.
No, it doesn't prove nothing.
That's just all of our presidents.
The point is, Jason, that there's something going on.
Yeah, there's something. There's definitely
okay. There's something. Okay.
But John is a 33.
Then if he was, and he's denying everything like he's supposed to.
Exactly.
It's double reverse misinformation.
That's it. That's right, Tommy. If he's a 33-degree Mason, then this whole point is mute right here. Why are we even in this room with his ass then?
I saw a video on body language and stuff, and they talked about all the world leaders and the term getting the upper hand, and it has to do with who goes in for a handshake and who gets their hand on top.
Video too.
It's really. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah. They didn't show the handshake though. In regards to, they showed you the upper hand, but they didn't show you what they do with their thumbs. Normally, when you shake someone's hands, let's see if I can get the webcam. Your thumb points towards their elbow or towards their body, but the way that they shake their hands is the thumb goes towards the second knuckle, so the middle finger, the Saturn finger. That's the finger of Saturn. Beside it's the finger of Apollo, so they touch the Saturn finger with the thumb, and that's the handshake of Tubal-Cain.
Oh.
There's actually statues across the world. I've seen that.
The Masonic handshake.
What's that?
It's the Masonic handshake.
It's the Masonic handshake, yeah. The Rosicrucians do it too.
Beelzebub here. Yep, I'm hearing it. Beelzebub is behind it all.
Oh.
There's nothing good behind it because you don't have to do something in secret if there's anything positive.
What about reptilians? Are they in on it? Are they? Is the Queen really reptilian? That sweet old girl.
You mean the Crown Corporation?
I think the Queen has something in her head that's evil. That's all I think it is.
Like one of those worms off of the Matrix or something.
The Gettys, the Rothschilds, the Queen, the Colonel.
Well, when I read the Masons Lodge books because I got a copy of them off of the internet, just downloading and looking through them, and I was reading something along the lines of they bind a spirit into their head and then it leaves psychic impressions on their subconscious. So I don't think that so much as they're a completely different entity.
There's cloning stuff also.
It's a demon. It's a demon that gets attached to what you're talking about, Jason.
In their head.
Yes.
And they clone.
When they shadow their personalities, each personality is assigned a demon.
Is
everyone gets two.
Demon of Athlete's Foot? Is it that one?
No, Tommy, but
well, I'm running a special.
It's your birthday, so I'm gonna be nice.
I'm running a special on exorcism today, everybody. I'm running a special on exorcisms. If you feel like you have a demon, get with me. Special discount to widows and orphans.
Oh, they need you. There's a lot of money to be made, Tommy, because there's a lot of them.
Say, Tommy, that reminds me of Chris Salas.
LaSalad? Yeah, Chris LaSalad? Yes.
Yeah,
no.
Spirit.
Yeah, I know, Chris.
That's an interesting video I stumbled across.
Yes, Chris.
He has a lot of videos.
Did you see my video that he posted by chance?
But I will go look for it.
Oh well, it's in there. I'm surprised he posted it, but I was sincere when I pleaded with him. I pleaded with him to reconsider his hard conclusions. I feel like that he has surmised things. Well, he has concluded things that may better be surmised than concluded about such subjective things. But that was just from my place in reality, you know. Hell, I don't know what reality is. Who am I to preach to him what reality is? Yeah.
He was afraid of oral sex, and that was about it. That's how I got from
Well,
it.
if he doesn't want to give oral sex, or if it's frightening to
No,
him,
no, no. I don't think it was a giving thing. It was a getting thing.
oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Can you see walking around being focused on evil things all the time? How depressing that can be to somebody. How obsessed one can become with evil things, with horrible things, with terrible things. It's bad mental hygiene, man. May I focus on the puppies and the flowers and the good people, and that we are growing, all of us.
Rainbows and unicorns.
Yes, yes. If they exist, may I focus on them. Good things. Yeah. But
I
This
agree
is
with
the thing
that
I'm looking
statement.
for.
I agree with that statement, Tommy, but the question I have is, what if something lurks in the shadows that could harm you and you avoid it? You ignore it like it's not there, and you only focus on the positive. Is it still there, or is it not?
well,
It is still
may
there.
I trust the goodness of reality. That's my only hope. Whatever is real and whatever is good, because I cannot afford to be afraid. I don't have much time left. I don't want to squander it being afraid of what might be. My only choice, really, for premium living and dancing is to trust the good process, the good reality, the good God, whatever is good, whatever is. That's my only hope, to have a good day and not to fall to pieces in fear, which is just a big distraction. Perfect love cast out all fear, and I don't want to be afraid anymore. Don't want to be afraid anymore.
Can I ask for your comment on this? So I just want to expand on that idea a bit. So I'm not taking the stance of being afraid of something, but if I notice, for example, let's say the gas on the barbecue's left on, and I'm consciously aware of that, I could go in the house and I could go along with the rest of my day and completely ignore that, but at some point a spark could go off and that could catch up with me. So it wouldn't necessarily be me being afraid, but it's me taking responsibility and doing something about a situation that I know could go out of control if I don't intervene. And so I was wondering in the world if it was the same concept. If I just focus on the things that I like and the good things that surround me, wouldn't I miss out on fixing a problem that affects a large amount of people as well as myself?
Potentially so, and your focus is your own, to mind and to assign. For me, this is my season of focusing on what is good. If it's good for you to focus on what's evil or what's dark or what's dangerous in order to warn your good neighbors, I do not stand in judgment of you. I don't. If it seems good for you to focus on what is dark, then so be it. But my focus is my own, and I am minding it.
So if I could reiterate, if I was to say then that if my focus was to focus on evil for the sake of bringing good, that is pro with you. That's fine with you.
Exactly. I
Okay.
do not stand in judgment of you. I salute you. Some of us have different focuses that are good and seasonal, and each of us discerns what's best for each of us, each one of us, what is good. And so I salute you. It sounds like a good focus. If your focus is to mind and warn and to focus on what is dark, I do not stand against you. No.
I would also like to say that talking about this fear thing is there are two types of fears, right? There's direct fear and abstract fear. And what's his name here? Jason. I believe he gave an example of a direct fear, something legitimately right there in your face. The barbecue's on, or the gas is on, something I can see, take care of right now. I think that Tommy's more getting at the abstract fears. And they are related to direct fears. They're related to reality. The topics that we're talking about have to do with reality, The main difference that I focus between direct and abstract is the amount of control I can have over the situation. So if there's a direct fear in my line, a tiger is coming at me right now, and I have to defend myself. This is a direct fear. I'm able to put forth actions, develop a game plan, put that game plan into action. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that we don't have anyone here has control over this or doesn't. I'm not going to label what your level of control is. Let's just say for me, say that I believe all of this stuff that you're saying, and in my personal life, with my personal time, the amount of things that are in my life right now, I would shelve this up on things that are abstract, that do not focus in my direct reality, that I don't have much control over. And I would say that for me, I would more go with Tommy's side, because I would just label this as an abstract fear, something that that my mind produces fear over things that are not directly seen in my reality. So, it's on the TV. I understand this. Maybe some of this stuff's correct. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But in reality, in my everyday life, I do not have the power to do anything besides tell other people. So I label it up into abstract. And how my mind deals with abstract fear is very bad. I don't have a lot of buffers for it, you know what I mean? So I have to mind exactly what I can focus on and accomplish goals, what I'm able to do. And when I don't, when I revel in the abstract fear, it creates delusions for me. And I will find myself just believing things that may be true or maybe not, but affects how I function, my functionality, right? I'm not able to, I get caught up in the fear, I'm not able to take care of day-to-day events, I end up being crazy, just not functional. And I would just like to stress to this that, this is for me in my reality, regardless of whatever you guys do, however you want to handle it, that I go more along with Tommy's lines, that these things are abstract fears, that I don't have all that much, and really being honest with myself, I don't have that much control over them. It's okay to be aware of them and stuff like this, but to not let the fear, the abstract fear, affect me to the point of non-functionality. You know what I mean?
Why would it be fear in the first place, though?
Do you have control over the situation?
I have control. I have control of the situation because I know what's happening. Yes, I have no fear from it.
That's what I was speaking about earlier.
If you say you don't have any fear, who am I to say that you don't?
No, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm asking you, why would you have fear from it?
Because these things are very. They would make me think, all right, if there's a group, what you're saying, astronauts, Masons, all these things, that I don't have control over my reality, all right, on a various levels, that things are planned out, that there's a conspiracy, I don't want to use that word, that there is just a group of people that have power over me, and I'm not able to do what I want to do, reality is not what it seems, and being honest, that's very fearful for me. I don't know about you.
I think you do have control over it when you know your own reality. People don't make your reality for you. You need to learn and do your own research and find out your true reality. So you can say that they have control over your reality, whereas they don't. That's what I'm doing as a researcher, is being aware of my reality, and I don't let other people try to tell me what my reality is. And I don't fear that. If anything, I embrace it.
I agree with the knowing your reality aspect, because if you live along the lines of what I think normal programming is, you're born, you go to school, you finish school, you get your first job, you use that money to get your first car, then you go take more schooling, get a better job, you work, and then you buy a house, retire, and die. That's the usual cycle for a lot of people. But I think that if all of a sudden you looked at your environment and noticed something strange about it, like, hey, someone wants me to walk through this path, like I have absolutely no other direction to go in, by you being aware of that, you automatically take responsibility and you have more control of your life, because you realize there's different paths you can go that were completely blockaded before. Just mentally blockaded.
Well, you have to question and say, well, why is this path laid out for me? Why do they want me to do this? Why is this necessary for me to behave this way? They want me to behave this way. I have to act this way. I have to do this. Why? Who made up this stuff? Who made up these laws? Who is controlling these things? I'm not a fucking puppet. So I cut the fucking strings, and I have full control because I'm aware of my situation. I'm aware of my reality.
Whatever it is that we understand, each of us, it's important to us. But most of us are just kind of trying to hang on and make the best way we can through this wild and woolly reality. And whatever it is that we understand, may we value it, and may we not fuck with other people too harshly in what they understand. They're hanging on to.
Well, this hangout, I thought it was about flat Earth, so that's why I came in here.
Oh yes. Well,
Okay.
it's good to educate it. I mean, we're learning from each other. It's good. But may we be patient with each other as our understandings develop. And may we not overvalue what it is that we understand. We have partial understanding right now of this very unfathomable reality. May we be patient with ourselves, not overvalue what we currently understand, and not undervalue what our neighbor understands. This is
Well,
things.
I don't go into people's hangouts and try to force my beliefs down people's throat. But when I see a hangout that's based on what I know something about, then I'm going to come in here and say my part of that.
Of course.
I think it's good.
Right.
You know, that comes back to what I was saying earlier about the way I really enjoyed listening to Commando's frame of mind and how I thought that people should listen to each other more often, even if they don't adopt or accept their beliefs. At least they can listen to it and try and see it from that point of view. I think it reduces fear,
Well,
whether it's realistic or not.
I've had that point of view where I didn't believe any of this stuff. It's not
Yeah, yeah.
easy. It's not
No,
easy. I'm not saying it's an easy road. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm not. It's the most difficult thing in my whole entire research is to understand this. Okay,
Right.
it's
Why
not.
would you want
It's
to put
not easy.
yourself in a position where people
I don't.
think you're, you
So
know,
Rose,
Exactly.
let me ask a quick question, Rose. What evidence would you accept to show that the Earth is round, or at least a sphere?
I need a rocket.
Your own personal rocket.
I don't give a fuck whose rocket. I just want a rocket. I want a rocket. You can go up in there. Anyone can go up in there. You can put a camera on there. As long as it's not a fish lens camera. Send it up. Yeah.
So how come you?
I've actually seen it. I've actually seen it, and I didn't see any curvature. So many of them. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait. You haven't seen any? What? You've seen some videos?
No curvature. No curvature. There's no curvature. None.
This is video taken from a rocket, a spaceship.
Rocket. Somebody sent up a private rocket that they funded. Yeah.
And they took video from
Yeah.
atop the Earth.
Yeah, with no fish lens. I don't know exactly what kind of camera it was, but it wasn't a fish lens camera. Shot it up I think it went up about 3,000 feet, and there's no curvature. And that's not the only reason why I believe what I believe. I've been looking into this for a long time. Like I said, I don't have mass populations. What people, like the mass majority of people, believe. So why would I want to go against the grain? Unless I wouldn't. Why would I? I don't. It is what it is. That's it.
Do you have a link to this video?
Yeah, I have a lot of links to a lot of videos. Yeah.
You
want to see them?
If you ever get a chance, I like that. Yeah.
Is this lyric?
Do you
Is this lyrics talking?
Do you think
Who's
3,000?
talking right now?
Brother John, do you think that 3,000 feet is high enough to even get that kind of perspective, whether the Earth is round?
Well, that's as far as the rockets went.
Not all of your questions can be answered in one video. That's why it does take time to look and understand a myriad of information. One video doesn't cut anything.
No, I understand that.
That's true, Michael, because you know what? A lot of people go, well, explain to me how you got to this point. And it's like, well, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'd have to explain to you A, B, C, D, and E even get to Z. So how am I able to do that? I had to do my own shit. I had to figure this out for myself the hard way. So how could I lay it out for you within 5 minutes? I can't. There's nothing I could do that's going to prove to you anything. And I'm not trying to prove to you anything. I just saw your topic and I came in to give you my point of view. Now, I can give you links, but that's still not going to prove anything to you. You're still going to have to look into it. There's a lot of aspects that go on top of just not a rocket. There's a lot of aspects, like what's his name, Jason was talking about. They have the handshakes, and then about the 33-degree Masons being there's a lot of different aspects that play all of it together. You put it all together, you wrap it up in a nice, pretty fucking bow, and something's fucked up. We're being lied to.
Well, I mean, I certainly don't doubt there are secret societies. I mean, I don't doubt that for.
Well, you can't. But what I'm saying, well, that's obvious. I mean, that's just, that would be ludicrous if you even did deny that, because then there's no point in me even being here talking to you if that's the case. Okay, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of different aspects that come to the conclusion. You don't just get the conclusion. There's aspects, then the conclusion. So I can give you links, but you're still going to have to get the other aspects.
The object is to not, when we lead you here, is to not make you drink, but to make you thirsty.
Yeah, you got to look into it. Can't do everything for you.
Well, I mean,
no one did shit for me.
I mean, I asked you, what evidence would you accept for the Earth to be round? And you said that it would take a rocket to do that. I certainly don't have a rocket to give you to do that.
Oh, I appreciate if you did, but thank you.
Or myself.
Why do we still have to answer this question? Why is this question not answered already?
It's answered for me. It's already answered for me.
You're asking.
Well, it is, but we don't have a spinning globe to show people. We don't have any of that shit. We have nothing to show for it.
You're asking me to dismiss all space footage. You're asking me to dismiss.
I'm not asking you to do anything.
That's been done for a couple hundred years.
Unfortunately, goodwill and intelligence is no inoculation from being mistaken. Unfortunately, any one of us could get entangled in being very mistaken, and we're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can.
Oh, I certainly don't have all the answers. That's for sure.
How do I stop presenting to everyone? Does someone else have?
I could do that.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Well, my point is, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. All I know is what I know, and if I'm not good, I'm not a public speaker. I'm not good at this. I have little patience for people. So, I can do what I can, but I'm not a professional at this shit. This is my own personal road I'm on, and if you want me to give you some of the links that from my own personal road, I can give that to you. But everyone has their own road. It's still not gonna lead you down my road. You're still gonna have to go down your own thing.
I got a question for you, Rose. You said you've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah.
So let's see. They say
not NASA. Everything.
Yeah. They say after 10,000 hours, I think you're considered an expert at something after doing something for 10,000 hours. If anybody else has ever heard that.
I've never heard of that, but then I'm a fucking expert. Then I heard of that.
Well, you've been tied up for the last 15 years, so you know.
Yeah, guess so. Yeah.
I'll have to research that again because I know it comes from something.
I research everything. This is my passion for my life until the day I die. I will continue. I never know everything, and I don't know everything, and I'm not going to claim I do. But
funny, that's how I got here was because of the media, and I was literally researching every article that came across. I was on Facebook at the time, and I started seeing how many of the articles were incomplete. They were 3 articles smashed into one. They were flat out lies. They were considered satirical, but you couldn't find that anywhere. And I thought, this really pushes this really wags, or the tail that wags the dog sort of thing. And it was really weird. It gave me an incredible passion to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I thought, okay, well, I can't combat Rupert Murdoch, although I did tweet him every single day that he was the most evil fuck I've ever met.
Right.
And I did that. I'm not kidding you.
Good for you.
But what I could do was try and find a way to unite humanity and to find something that was common ground. And my question when I came in here was, how is it that you can take an entire society and get them to meet somewhere, to have something in common, to find that common ground, and all move together in a real positive place, remembering that we are the ones that we're the numbers. They're the smaller of the numbers. And
we're 99.9.
Right, and we
What
can
the
make.
fuck? And we can't even get our shit together. And they're 1%, and they got their shit together. They're running this shit. They got us all divided. Everybody on this panel, practically, except for maybe a few, we're all divided, and they're doing a good job.
They rely on
And that's exactly what I'm saying. What is it that we do to make sure that all of us on here still, even though we all have different beliefs, and I believe that we should have that right to have those beliefs and to research, but that we find something common within us that says, I will unite with this person to make sure that we have a safe earth, a truthful earth, a healthy earth, and healthy people.
Well, what about the truth?
Yeah,
That should be the main core, is the truth.
Sure.
Doesn't everybody want to know the truth, or does everybody want to be lied to?
A lot of people want to be lied to, honey. They do.
Yeah, I know. I know. That was a trick question.
Rose.
They like it. They like the lies. Yeah.
Hey, Rose.
Well, because sometimes the truth sometimes the truth is too scary.
Well, stop being scared.
Love is scary.
Why?
I'm not scared.
You are scared.
No, I'm not. I mean, what if the Earth is flat or round? It's not going to change how it goes.
It is. You're scared. You're scared. You are, because you know what's going to happen. It's going to change. Then you have to question something else, because if you were lied to about that, then what else have you been fucking lied to you? No, I'm not cussing at you, but I'm just saying, in general, the people, if we're being lied to about this, what else is how many more lies is there?
I've uncovered a lot of lies over the past few years, and by just questioning more, when it came down to my religious beliefs, questioning that, to me, there was a bunch of lies there. Yeah, I did question 9/11. I'm with you guys there.
Well, look at your picture. You have the omega and the triangle. I mean, your picture, your little avatar says a lot right there. Brother John?
I actually, that's my own creation, actually.
Did you? I wonder where that came from. Programming. Well, anyways.
Yeah, ideas and symbols. Symbols are powerful.
They are very powerful. And it's working on you.
Okay.
It's working.
All right.
No offense. I like you, Brother John. Brother John, I like you. I've had you on my Hangout before. I'm just saying, the symbols work. And
yeah.
That's evident.
Right. I mean, even in your own, you're a Christian, right? Your faith, the cross is a powerful symbol.
I don't believe in the cross. The cross is a symbol, and you don't idolize any symbols. So therefore, that's a miss right there. As soon as you look at the cross, or you wear crosses or crosses on the church, that's a symbol. That's worshiping an idol. So therefore, I'm not religious. I don't believe in symbols, and I don't label myself as a Christian. I believe in God, Jesus Christ is my Lord, and there is no labels on me. So.
Well, I'm not worshiping I'm
above all that.
The symbol that I created, I'm not worshiping it. It's just a form of expression.
As much as I love it, leftover, it's just.
Oh, what's that?
Because the crust gets kind of.
James, you got video playing.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking about food.
I'll mute it. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm about to say something. The wifey walked in. Hang on.
Not a problem. And I just want to welcome you to the room, and also Nomo. How you doing?
Nomo.
Yeah.
Oh, Nomo's in here?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you guys ran into each other before?
No, he's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran into a couple of these people in here before. They're cool.
Did you get my hello last night, Rose?
And Jesus... Oh, sorry. And I see somebody, Prescott Johnson, said Jesus is a symbol. Well, the picture that you see of so-called Jesus, that's not Jesus. That's somebody who looked up to Jesus and drew the picture of Jesus in his own likeness. That is obviously not a picture of Jesus. Yes, so that is a symbol. Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't talking about any picture.
Well, you said Jesus is a symbol, so when I look at that, I'm picturing, you know how they have the pictures of Jesus, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Well, I know what you're talking about, but
that's not really Jesus.
But that is.
Well,
I'm saying that in terms of theology, Jesus is God and man. He's a symbol of God to mankind. So he's a symbol.
Not necessarily. No, it's a faith. It's no. That's totally different. No.
No, it's not. It's not like it. It's,
yeah, it is, because Jesus is real, and I felt him, and I know he's real. So for you to say he's a symbol is blasphemy.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Now, with the degree that you critique governments and question everything, have you done that with your own belief system to that level?
I've stripped everything I've ever been told, and raised as I've stripped everything and erased everything. Okay, and reconstructed everything all over again. And we had to do it over again and over again, because sometimes you go down the wrong pathway, you believe what you hear, and then you find out it was bullshit. So then you have to go all the way back and restart all over again. I don't take this lightly.
No, I done that, and how come I came up with a different conclusion than you?
Because, Brother John, you haven't put as much time maybe into it. Maybe it's not a passion of yours. I don't know.
Oh, it was. I mean, I was in a belief for 30 years, and I spent a good year and a half, 2 years, re-examining what I believe and why.
Well, try 15.
You spent 15 years re-examining your...
Everything, dude.
So, like, for 15 years, God. You were agnostic? You were in a state of
stop labeling. Stop labeling. Get the.
Well, I don't understand why did it take so long. I don't understand why.
Because I had to study everything. I had to understand politics, religion, humankind, everything, media, everything. I had to look at everything. Okay, it's not just one thing. It's everything. I wouldn't be giving myself justice if I only looked into one thing. Come on.
I got a question. What would be the purpose? Where's the logic? I mean, if you want to tell, I can understand why certain empires would use certain creeds and faiths to further, control the population, which is kind of what it's about in a lot of ways, or to enlighten a society that they feel is beneficial. But what would be the purpose of? What would be the function? What's the point in telling people the Earth is a sphere?
Control.
Why? How
does that? Because if I tell you that you live on if I told everybody in the world that they live on an ice cream cone and they all believed it, but I knew otherwise, where do I stand in that?
Okay, that's great, but
what do you mean that's great? No, the point is I have full control of their reality. I have control of everybody's perception of reality in the world. I do. In my hands, everybody's reality I made for them. You tell me, what does that mean?
That means that you created the conspiracy.
And that's...
They cannot make the leap. They just can't.
Good Lord.
I just don't understand the purpose of controlling people. What's the difference?
Why not?
Around Earth?
They control everything else. They control the money system. They control our economics. They control the education. They control everything. Why not control?
I think the point James is making
contributes to that.
It does.
How?
No, wait, yeah, exactly. Wait a minute. What is the point? I think James is trying to say whether the Earth is round or flat doesn't stop certain people from controlling the masses using whatever other techniques, whether the Earth is flat or round. So
it does.
How?
I just told you.
I didn't hear that.
It's full control over your reality.
Why?
I control you. Why not?
Why?
Because I can. Because I can.
How are we any more control?
In a position for power don't think like those of us sitting here in this room. We're not the psychopath. We're not the sociopath. We're not running for office.
Right.
We're not of the sick bloodlines. You know, you're talking to people. You know, it's like going into a court of law. You need to be in front of your peers, people who understand and know what you're talking about. Now, we're going to watch Hillary Clinton sail right off into the sunset, and she's got more murders under her belt than Carter's liver pills, and they now deem her too big to get into jail. Well, who is she? So those are the people that are in power. Those are the ones that are in control. If you and I did one 100th of what that broad's pulled off, we'd have been in jail and dead 10 years ago.
Over.
I don't understand I don't understand.
Okay, NASA is run by who?
Then you get the Bush dynasty in there, and we've got nothing but war since 1776. The American people have never wanted war. Try telling that to your government. They could give a shit. You could house every homeless person in America with just one fighter jet.
I understand that. I understand all these problems, but how does it matter if they're flat or
round? Would you rather have one less fighter jet and everybody housed in America? You're never going to see that because they'd rather go to war.
I think we're straying
away from
They don't think like us. They don't think like us. First off, they don't think like us. Like she just said, they don't think like us. They're psychopaths. All right. So for me to put in terms from my human point of view, I'm trying to understand it my damn self. I do understand it. I don't want to get into it in here. Obviously, you guys, not everybody in here, minus a few, I'm just not. This is not the venue for me to expose everything I know right now up in here. Okay, but
I can believe in. I know that there are hidden factions that manipulate people's lives.
Well, that's obvious.
That's obvious. Sure. But what I don't understand is the logic in telling people the Earth is spherical.
Okay, what did Hitler do? What was he good at when he convinced people what he wanted to do? What was he doing?
Warmongering. What's that got to do with the spherical Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm about to get.
She's gonna. She'll walk you there. Take your time.
Yeah, the NASA scientists, okay, are from Nazi Hitler. Those are the scientists from Nazi Hitler. Are the NASA scientists. When they came here, they started NASA. The Nazi scientists from Hitler started NASA. All you have to do is fucking Google it or get a book, okay? This is public information.
I'm very familiar with it. Yes.
Okay. So what is okay? If you're aware of Operation Paperclip, then you should already have the fucking answer. Then you wouldn't even be asking me that. Then you would already know. Did you read the documents? It tells you why they would do it right there in the document.
All right, James. Give James a chance to respond and finish his thought.
Yeah. See, here's the thing: is we were believing a spherical Earth since the 1500s. That's been going on for a long time.
And before that, they thought it was flat.
I asked you to let him finish. Rose, Michael, Ann, can we just have one person at a time and allow each other to finish their thought? Thank you. Go ahead, I'll try this again. Go, James.
Okay, Omega.
So we've had 500 years now, plus, of the world accepting whatever, for whatever reasons they accept it. What I'm asking you is, I don't see, and where I think your case falls apart, because I'm listening intently, my personal view doesn't really jibe with a lot of the worldview either. So I'm not trying to single you out. I'm trying to understand what the difference, why you would need to tell people the Earth is round. What
is that the name of the hangout? Otherwise, I wouldn't be in here talking about this.
That change.
I talk about this in my own damn hangout. I would only come in here and talk to you guys about this because of the title of the.
You want to talk at people. You don't want to listen to them.
Yeah, Rose. I mean, now you're just yelling back, and he's asking a straightforward question, and you're just responding very emotionally.
Ridiculous. Oh, because it's ridiculous.
If
he knows Project Paperclip, then he wouldn't even be asking these questions.
Correct.
Did you read it?
What's the point in telling people the Earth is spherical? What does that do to the human consciousness?
Did you read the documents?
No.
Okay, so you know about the project, but you never read the documents.
No, exactly. Perfect.
Okay, and that's where your problem is.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit. Read the fucking documents. And that's your answer. That's your answer. You want to know why? Read the documents. Read the documents. I did. Take the time, sit down, drink some coffee, and read the documents, and there's your freaking answer. That's why. It's right there. That one document on just Project Paperclip will answer every fucking question.
Why don't you summarize it for me?
You want you fucking read it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't give us a quick summary, Rose?
Why would
I
I?
didn't even know
Why
that.
would you?
I started talking
I'll
about
tell you why,
Let me
Rose.
tell you that
Get out of here.
Rose,
Bro,
I'll
really
tell
choking
you
on the
why.
bone here, Rose.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, you really
interesting
are.
I really don't care.
One interesting fact when you begin to look into some of this stuff is Werner von Braun was the #1 lead scientist that came over. And he was told, you will build us rockets, and he did. The problem is that when you look at his body of work, he did as much as he could to satisfy what he was being asked to do. And in his heart of hearts, this was a Nazi Germany. He was not interested in working for the Americans. And this is why they didn't have as much success as they so-called say that they did. You know, we have 6 rockets went up, we can't get another one up. But I do find it interesting that he quoted the Bible on his headstone, where he dispels pretty much what he thinks about what's really going on. And it's a flat earth proverb, I believe.
What is the point of telling people it's spherical?
It's the point of the hangout.
The point is to understand that you're being lied to. If that's not a concern for you, then walk on.
What's their
Some
point?
of us are concerned about the horse shit we were fed.
Rose, I asked for a quick summary, and you said, like, what's the point? And I'm going to say the point is.
I gave a link on the side. I'm not your damn teacher. There's a link on the side right here in the chat room.
So you're not interested if
there's a link.
When Rose holds a hangout, she's prepared. She comes with information. She comes with videos.
I was just asking her for a quick
She's not
summary.
prepared to do that here.
No. I gave a link on the side of the chat if you guys want to read that's a quick summary right there. That's not the whole document. I actually have the actual document if you want that, because he so-called knows about it but never read it, which is pathetic. But here's a link right here that summarizes it, and you're going to have to do your own fucking reading. I'm not your teacher. I'm not going to sit here and teach you. Here's a link. Read it. There you know.
I've looked at it. I don't see anything about a spherical flat Earth thing in that.
Oh my God! It tells you why would you ask the question? Why would they do it? There's a link.
But why a spherical Earth? Why not say it's a hollow Earth? You know what I'm saying.
Let's go with Neil the disgraced Tyson, and now it's a fucking pear.
It's. Can you repeat that? I cut you off. I'm sorry. Michael.
Or
it's a pear now.
Neil disgraced Tyson, and it's a pear. Gotta be kidding me.
I know.
Can I try to defend the gray area on this issue?
What's that, Jason?
I wanted to see if I could kind of defend like a gray area, both sides.
Okay.
All right. The one side being, I know what Project Paperclip is. I've read about it. I know that they brought Nazi scientists after the Second World War to the United States because they were basically concerned over who was going to take these scientists and where the revolutionary work would go. So I know that they moved to the States. There was like, I don't know what the exact number is, but that's irrelevant. With that being said, if you were to give someone a fake perspective of their reality, if they were trying to build off of a broken foundation, every idea they have off of a broken foundation is not going to be, reaching its full potential. It's only going to be what the foundation allows. So what would be the purpose of having people think the world is flat? It's a difficult one to answer unless you were trying to hinder technology.
I think it actually has to go to having a creator as opposed to scientists running around thinking we came from monkeys.
That could come up too, because of course if you were to see that the Earth was in some completely different setup than what you were expecting in the first place, that's obviously going to bring up questions about creation as well. You'll start going into religion, you'll start going into technology, lots of topics will get altered, obviously, if you have a foundation.
I think you landed on it. I would say that's control, would you?
Agreed.
Okay,
But once again, it gets difficult to say, like, it gets difficult though when someone asks you to specify exactly how they're controlling you, unless you say, well, in a
that's why you can't do it in one video.
It's quite a bit. It's a big topic to tackle. But there would be reasonings for and against it, and the reasonings for it would be that if you have a foundation of learning that's broken from the very get-go, everything you build off of that's going to be wrong.
Well, I gave links on the Nazi origins of NASA. It's on the side chat. I cannot read everything for you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not. So here's two links on the Nazi origins of NASA, and here's another link on Project Paperclip. If you guys are really interested in knowing, then you'll take the time to read it. If you're not, then don't read it.
The more you find out, the more you're going to read.
For those of you, I will put those. I will put those links in the event page. Just for you, Rose.
I'm looking at Project Paperclip, but I don't see anything in there that says that they were about. I don't see anything in there about a flat or a spherical Earth.
It doesn't. It says why they would do it, not about flat Earth, about their agenda. Do you know about it or not? You said you knew about it.
Point to the part where it says why.
What
Make
part
that
of it?
connection
Yeah,
for us. That's where we're having the issue here. We want to
Read
know, and you're getting pissed at us for asking you.
Well, fuck, I'm not a teacher. Why? I said I don't have patience, and I'm not a teacher. I'm not a public speaker.
You're probably a really bad to be presenting this.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
And a whole other reason why you're failing at this really badly.
I don't care.
Good. We got
Rose,
that.
don't you? But Rose, if this
what are you yelling about then?
Yeah, I mean, if this is such a really big conspiracy, a big passion.
I'm just stating Rose, what I know, and that's
it. For fuck's sake, Rose, can I finish a fucking sentence? For God's sake. All right, thank you. What I'm just saying is that if this is a major concern, if I had a passion for a subject, right, I would want to be able to share it with others, right, and be able to communicate it in a fashion that would receive.
But
I do in my own because I'm in my own hangouts. I'm prepared. Here you're asking me for stuff, and you just want me to explain it. Tell me. No, fuck that. In my own hangout, I'll explain it. I'll show you the documents, and I'll go over everything. But in here, you're just gonna put me just explain it to me right now.
I don't expect you to pump it up in half a second. Who said that?
No. There's some links right there, and you're welcome.
Right. Cool. Right on. Just relax.
She didn't come here to run her own show. If you're interested in what Rose knows, go to her show. Don't tag her here.
Well, why is being here such an issue? Aren't you using the same computer?
What don't you get, gentlemen?
Michael Ann, you know I'm really open to stuff like this, and at this point, the overly combative thing is I can't finish.
Let Nomo finish that.
You don't have to believe.
Has nothing to do
hammering
with
her because she
can I finish my point?
Go ahead, Nomo. I will allow you to finish your point. Anyone who interrupts Nomo, I will mute you. Go ahead, Nomo.
Okay. There shouldn't be any between your hangout and someone else's hangout. All of this information should be hanging out on your desktop, ready to go. So if you're going to write this, and here we go again.
Out of here with that. Come on. I don't care.
Okay, that's...
She does that in her own room. She came here as a guest, not to...
Go ahead, Nomo. I'm sorry, Michael and Rose, but I'm going to have to mute you. Go ahead, Nomo. As soon as you finish,
that
I will unhide you.
Matter. A hangout is a hangout is a hangout is a hangout. All of this stuff. If you're going to sit here and you're going to put this stuff up and you're going to present, if you're going to make a claim and then go, well, I don't have to do the evidence should just be hanging out on your desktop, ready to go. Boom. If you're going to address it at all, if you want any credibility whatsoever, why am I wrong?
We're only talking about your opinion. Doesn't give a wazoo. Rose didn't come here to give you her opinion. She came here as a guest in a room full of 10 people to talk about probably everything else under the sun. If you want to get a real full taste of what Rose knows, you go to her hangouts.
And that matters why?
Because then she'll give you the full professor, full-on presentation, the one you're looking for.
Why does it have to be her hangout and not this hangout?
Because it's not her hangout.
I don't think Giorgio's going to mind. He's pretty open.
I guarantee you she didn't come here thinking she'd have to put up with 9 knuckleheads.
And it'd be nice if you could do this without insulting people, but that's,
Well, it's really difficult when you sit here and listen to people, at least 4 or more at a time, berate her for what she knows. just because it doesn't sync up with what you know. Okay, you've been hammering her one right after another.
I just
this
got
is
here.
not the place.
I just.
Thank you, Michael.
And,
I did give links if you want to read them. Read them. Otherwise, I don't care.
That is helpful. I'm already very aware of Project Paperclip.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
on it. Ask Michael Ann.
Rose holds like 5-hour hangout.
Stop yelling at me.
She doesn't get it done in a half an hour.
That's right.
Okay.
Sometimes 8.
And none of that really addresses.
I really don't think yelling and
all.
calling people's names helps.
You don't. Okay, because
Brojo again.
Didn't you get muted? Didn't I get muted so you can talk? So can I talk now or not? I can fucking leave. I don't care.
Fucking leave then.
Oh, please.
Well, what? Brojo is just talking.
My baby, you're the one that's getting upset here.
I mean,
like what the topic is, then take yourself out of the room.
I don't even know what the topic is. I always thought the Morning Crow was about whatever the hell we wanted to talk
Okay,
about,
well,
right?
I'm thinking maybe Rose wants the topic changed.
Fine.
Well, this.
what?
Well, I mean, I think that would be my call.
Well, here's the deal. You guys
usually,
don't
the Morning Crow.
Don't take anything she has to offer.
And again. All right.
Just can't wait for him to stop talking, right? He can't.
I know.
Well, there is a lag.
James left.
Even my dog agrees.
James left, but I think he did make a valid point. And what Rose, don't want to. I know you just keep bringing up Paperclip. I'm not familiar with Paperclip. I'll go look at the document. But
not the whole PDF. You want the PDF? I think it's like 500 pages. It's like 500 pages.
I'm not going to read 500 pages.
Well, I did. So if you really want to understand, you have to take the time to put into it. Otherwise, you don't want to understand, and you just want me to break it down for you. And I'm not. I can't. I can't break down a 500-page document for you. Can't. Even if I tried, I couldn't.
And I do believe that intelligence is those people that are able to entertain an idea without having to be married to it.
Joe, I just said that this morning twice. I think it's valid. Just saying.
I'm pretty willing to entertain a whole
I should
lot
just
of
bring
things.
Pillbox up in here.
Here we go again.
I should bring Pillbox up in here and break your ass off, no mo.
Go ahead, give it a shot.
He was very nice.
I've just been trying to just mellow it out and just get it back to a point to where, like I'm saying, what did you want to talk about in here in the first place then, if it wasn't about this?
I had an invitation. I just came in.
Okay. And how did we get to the Flat Earth / Project Paperclip?
I thought that was the subject, and someone else brought up Project Paperclip and whatever. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Because I wasn't here for that.
I'm done. Doesn't matter, Buntos. I'm moving on.
Good. I'm not Bunto, but all right.
Oh, you sound like him.
Whatever.
I don't know how, but.
Yeah, that's great. That was unnecessary, but next.
Yeah, well, yeah. Usually these Morning Crow shows, I have 2 or 3 articles or whatever current events going on and open up discussion. Today it's kind of a bit more just off the cuff. Throw a hangout up. I was hanging out with Lyrics. Says let's do one, and we brought up a couple articles, but yeah. But we're hoping to bring up the Flat Earth issue.
I know, it's your favorite thing to do.
Not my favorite.
It's pretty controversial, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we are hearing a lot of buzz about it lately.
Talking about it, you people still don't come to the table prepared.
I would say, regardless, guys, that if you're interested in this topic, to go to flatearthhats.net. T-shirts, hats, things of this nature. If you're interested in the Flat Earth, come on down, check it out. It's a good website.
Well, that didn't. Yeah.
This is so beneath me. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I just got back from cleaning, dude. It's taking care of reality a little bit.
I hear you.
Michael Ann.
Yep.
You know I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to stuff like this.
I know. What I don't like is the not so friendly discourse while these conversations take place. That's where my testiness comes in at.
Understand that when I came into this, it was Rose and you were the ones being
I don't
really
care what
nasty,
the topic is, and I don't care who brought the topic up. I don't like nasty discourse. Period.
Right, and okay, I didn't engage in any of that.
Yeah, but at one point,
Okay.
I believe you did, say to her
What did I
to
say?
just leave the room then. What do you think that is?
No, she
Friendly?
said that. Then she said that, and I agreed with
Was that
her.
friendly?
Huh?
Was that friendly? It's the tone and tenor of your voice.
She'd already been abusive to me at that point.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, you want to talk about the tone of voice? Rose was just yelling.
I'm sorry, but why is she just making this? Yeah,
because she was making an obvious point, and you were obviously not answering, and it was true.
I don't.
And you try to tell somebody that all the Masons are astronauts. What do you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a discourse anybody wants to take any time or pleasure in.
Here, I got a question.
Rose and I are both nice people.
I got a question here, Michael Ann. All right, so
we're like ridiculous.
Do you hear? Go ahead. Lyrics. Go ahead.
All right, so I have a question. Now, to be honest, I really don't have any say in the game either way. I don't have any need to. I don't have any skin in the game. So let's just say that if I was convinced of all this stuff that you guys are saying, I was away for a little while, so I didn't catch all of it and stuff, but I got the gist pretty much. If I was convinced of all this, what should be the course of action that I do to alleviate the situation?
What are you asking me for? I'm in my own research land. I'm neither here nor there. I'm still working on it. What are you asking me for? I don't know what your reality is. I don't know what you want it to look like. I happen to have an affinity to want to be able to question known liars. I don't know what that says about you and your world, but I like uncovering people that are not telling me the up and up.
No, I don't think you understood the question. I mean,
I did understand the question.
So, what? I
don't know what you're asking me that for. Why would you ask me that question? What makes you think I could answer it?
Well, I'm just wondering. Like, I see lots of people on here, regardless of ideologies.
Okay, well, you asked me my question. I have no idea. I'm still working on it.
All right, so regardless of whatever particular ideology or viewpoint, political affiliation, I see, like, let's just say you convinced me, all right?
I'm not here to do that. I don't want to convince you, and I don't even want you to believe a word I say. What I'd like you to do is figure out for yourself what interests you and go look at it.
Why? So what would you
I don't know. If you thought Frisbee dogs were, something that interested you, I'd expect you to look into it.
Well, I'm just wondering because, like, if anyone of any particular ideology, idea, concept, whatever, wants to tell me these things, I would want to know what should I do with the information? What is the motivation for me to do? If you just say go look at this and go look at this.
Here's the problem with information. I have no control how you're going to receive what I say.
Well, let's just say that I'm open-minded, okay? Honestly, I'm open-minded.
Compared to what?
To what you guys are saying, to this entire conversation. I'm open-minded.
Here's the deal. If you were open to it and it fascinated you, you'd be further schooled. It's not a topic that fascinates you unless somebody gets on here and you can jump on their ass.
Okay, so if I research into it, okay, then I become aware of it. So I become aware of it, and then what?
I don't know. Pose your argument. If it, you can only work for yourself. My deal is not going to work for you. Rose's deal isn't going to work for you. As a matter of fact, my deal doesn't work with Rose's deal. We are similar in some thought, but I don't believe everything she believes. I'm still doing my research. I'm just like everybody else. You're walking along one day, somebody says there's a flat earth, and you're like, come on, there's a flat earth. What are you talking about, for crying out fucking loud? Who's got time for this bullshit? You don't think we were there? So you start to look into it, and you know what? This leads to that. You get lost in information finding, and you're like, well, I'll be a son of a gun.
So is there like
in and out?
Is there like a clear-cut goal that you've determined from?
I cannot give you goals for your life, dear. I don't know what it means to you.
What's your goal?
I don't. My goal is to die fat, happy, and rich. There you go.
Okay, so what does flat Earth have to do with any of that?
It's just a topic to look into that I find fascinating. Well, I don't get what you don't get.
You have a hypothesis. Got it, right?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
You do? Yeah, that's called hypothesizing, right? That's hypothesizing, right?
Not until I have all the
You have an idea.
No, I haven't got all the information to do the hypothesizing.
You don't have an idea.
Not yet.
You don't have an idea then.
It's a working idea.
What the hell are we talking about if you don't have an idea or a hypothesis?
I have no freaking idea why you would engage me in this conversation. None.
Well, regardless of whatever we're talking about, what I've noticed on the internet is that what people tell me to do is to get informed on the topic that we're talking about. We're not talking about flat Earth here, Michael. Just whatever it is, You're talking about politics, pet grooming, whatever. It doesn't matter. Become more aware on the topic, research the topic, and then what? Like, should I enable actions to stop these things from happening, or to work on the idea? Should I tell other people?
All of the above, none of the above, whatever suits your character.
So just research it, and then that's it. That's where, that's it.
It'd be nice to look at what
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
Because I have researched many things. I'd be willing to research into this, to look into this. Maybe I'm convinced, maybe I'm not. If I was, if from what you guys are gathering, there's big things to do. Lots of stuff that I could possibly do to help curtail said things. So if people come at me with information and they want me to do all this stuff, and then they just say, hey man, just research it, go watch a video, do this. Regardless of if I know the information or not, if I'm aware of it, if there's no game plan, all right, there's no sort of just do whatever you want, I'm here, then you're like a messenger for someone else's thing. That's pretty much what I see here on both. Hold on a minute.
Well, here's the deal. I'm sure you found out about fluoride in your drinking water. Have you done anything about that? If you're not compelled to do anything about it, then you're not compelled to do anything. Well, what difference does it make? I can't tell you what to do, what to think, where to go, or what to find fascinating. That's up to you.
All right, so if the information that you got from here and discovering all this stuff, how has it impacted your life to change, these things? Has it made a life-altering event so where you've enabled actions to stop this kind of stuff?
I'm too new into the topic. You're talking to a newbie.
Right,
I'm not at Rose. Rose has been doing this for 15 years. I woke up 6 months ago.
Now, what exactly is her qualifications?
The fact that she spent the time and the energy to do the research.
That's it?
That works for me.
So if someone said they did a bunch of time and energy and researched on how to do open heart surgery, you just, oh sure, by all means.
Oh, well, don't be silly.
Well, no, that's what I'm getting to. What are her qualifications?
Not a skill.
Right.
A topic, not a skill.
Right.
Seriously, get a hold of yourself.
Does she? Again,
stupid question.
I'm not insulting you.
I said the question was stupid. I didn't say you insulted me.
Right.
Stay in your shoes.
Holy shit! Really? So, what is her technical experience in this?
What do I care?
Is she an astrophysicist?
What
You don't
difference
care
does
if
it
she
make?
actually has any.
Then don't ask her.
What?
Don't ask me a question. I'm surely not qualified.
So there's no reason to listen to you on this topic then, because you're not an
This
astrophysicist,
is
right?
not a topic that I bring to the world. Okay, you don't see me doing hangouts. You don't see me going into hangouts. You don't see that
But
out
the woman
here.
who does,
Because
you
here's the
don't know
deal.
her qualifications at all. She's just been into
She
this for
doesn't
a long
have to have
time. That's it.
qualifications for you, Nomo.
Huh?
She doesn't have to have qualifications for you.
Of course she does. If she's going to sit there and start, saying the astrophysicists are wrong,
Let
I
me
want
ask
to
you a
know what
question.
her
You don't think
education
Yeah,
is.
couldn't somebody
Go
just
ahead.
read up on and do their research for
You don't
15 years,
think
but
that
they
somebody could
seriously
study a
wrong?
topic, take a test, and get licensed in something, but never see a classroom?
That's entirely possible. Pierce
Oh,
Corbin did it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's feasible. I want some background.
Well, then
Because
ask her for it.
We did.
Then I hope you're
She screamed
satisfied.
it on.
Go find
No,
She
somebody
screamed it on.
else.
He acted in kind of the opposite.
I think the problem was that when the question was being asked in regards to the who, what, when, where, why, regardless of whether you have a long document or not, if you've covered the document, just pull out that one piece of information to kind of clarify everyone else, regardless of what the topic is. Flat Earth, it wouldn't even matter. If you were trying to tell me that the sky was green, for example, what are you citing as a resource to come up with that reasoning? And then secondly, let me see the resource and decide for myself whether it's even a good resource to cite. If I have those two pieces of information, I can at least come to some kind of conclusion.
Well, here's the deal. If you go to Rose's room, you get all that in spades. I guarantee you she did not come here prepared for this.
Well, I've been in
That's what you
Rose's.
don't want to get.
Well, I've been in
It seems
Rose's
to me
room,
a
and she
student
acts the same way.
Brother John, you don't want to get it, and it's obvious.
There's another accusation.
It's obvious. This is what she was upset about.
There should be no reason
You asked
why
her for information. She gave
on.
it to you, and it wouldn't matter what we said. It wouldn't matter what we gave you or how many hours that she has spent to deliver you every piece of information
No, you keep
to
asserting.
get you to bring to her understanding level.
And
So
we
then,
have no way of
if
knowing how she's
goes into
right.
Hangouts and she encounters this constantly, getting angry, pissed off, stuff like this, sees that you're not accomplishing
It doesn't
gain,
matter.
right, to educate other people.
Keep saying
Why
it
on
doesn't.
earth
It does
would
to
you
us.
do it?
It doesn't matter.
Fine.
Yeah.
It does not matter. You guys are
probably
the
stop
ones that
talking
make it
about it
like
then.
this, but like she's walking around like fucking Al Gore telling you there's climate change. Yeah, where's his degree? Cut me a
He
break.
doesn't have one. That's why we
No
don't believe.
shit.
That's why we
Well, we
don't
gotta
believe
listen to him.
No,
No, I don't.
no.
In fact, I can
Well,
point
when
you
that
to stuff
carbon
right here
tax
in
comes
Santa
around,
Barbara,
let you
and
pay
I'm
'em.
still talking. I'm still talking.
Still
Still talking.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, I can
Guys,
point to an $8 million mansion he bought in the very zone he said was going to be underwater. Boom. He's full of crap. I'm sitting less than 10 miles from the friggin' thing right now. He did another one up in San Francisco. He's got a $3 million condominium in the very zone he says is going to be underwater. There's some pretty good evidence that he's full of crap. Okay, now, the second Rose turns on her computer and gets into a Google Hangout, all the information that she has in her Hangout is still on her computer. Why is it such an issue to go click on it and put it in this Hangout?
Especially when she said, she thought the topic was flat Earth, and that's why she came in here. But then you refused to even want to discuss it in more in depth. I don't get that.
You can't expect to not be going to get questioned on this.
When somebody tries to
I wasn't
explain
done.
something to you for 10 times and you refuse to even come across the line to agree with her, why would you freaking bother? That's the part you're not getting. You're all just saying, oh, she doesn't want to discuss it. She doesn't want to show us her links. She doesn't have anything available. Well, she doesn't have a PhD. Well, who is she? What means about a document? I mean, seriously, why would she even want to talk to you people? You're not open to the topic.
We were open. We were asking for her evidence.
No, you weren't. You were not hospitable, nor were you open.
asked.
You were judgmental?
We asked.
Oh, well, listen, go find
We
out on
asked.
your own.
What more do you need? I want her sources. I want to see what she's pulling this from.
Mhm.
If I bring up the Gulf of Tonkin, I'm going to bring up the sources I'm pulling from
No kidding. She
to
does it all the
support my
time.
position. Huh?
She does it all the time. You know Rose. You've been hearing her for
Why
years.
is no? I don't. I
Well,
just met
you
her.
know what, honey? She's got a channel. My
her-
suggestion is you bone up before you quit whining. It's unbecoming.
How come she just can't present the same evidence in her hangout that she can
It's
present
all
here?
on her videos. She's done it before. Okay, it's
So
all
she-
there. You want to go spend the time? Go spend the time.
And that explains why it can't be presented in the Morning Crow. How?
You have to ask her. I'm not her.
Total cop-out. You are ruining your own credibility at this point. And this is coming from someone.
Here's the deal. I don't have a
And it
dog
wasn't
in the
done.
race, no mo. You can take your credibility and stick it. Big deal. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not Rose's, champion. You have a problem
You
with
don't agree
Rose
with
and
her?
what she presents? Go right ahead and speak to
Do
Rose.
you agree with her?
I don't agree with her.
Nice to hear that finally.
Dum-dum.
I still
What have
think
I been
what-
saying? I'm in the middle of my research. I'm nowhere near her. I just started this. I'm not on the same page.
When
So
did,
your judgment is bullshit.
how are you not able to get rid of the hostility? Oh, while you're in the same hangout with us, and now you're telling me to get a life? You seem to be the one who can't communicate without insults.
Well, you're not so bad at it yourself there, Chief.
I do it when it comes. Have I done it yet?
Yeah.
When? Anyone else? Has anyone else heard me sling an insult? Because I am pretty good at it, and I do enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure I haven't done it yet.
As far as what I heard, no, you have not.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I haven't done that. I've been trying to be really patient because I do have some respect for you, Michael Lamb, but for some odd reason, you're really amped up and super hostile. And typing it in the side chat is just passive aggressive.
So at this point, maybe it's just best to move on, huh?
Yeah, let's find a new topic since apparently
Hmm.
I found another suit of armor and a whole new fusion core in Fallout 4.
Oh God, they're gonna bring up Fallout 4.
I knew you'd love that.
I brought up something
man, I know
earlier. I brought up something earlier. Maybe you can come to a consensus on.
What's that?
The new budget deal that was signed in a couple of days ago. I saw a report in I think it was a Washington Times. They already spent over $300 billion in 2 days. It's probably the most spent in this amount of time since that budget deal took effect. Absolute craziness.
Mm-hmm. Just keep slapping it on the card, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kicking the can down the road. Right. This is why I don't like debt-based fiat currencies at all. Basically, all that's for is just making us slaves.
When's this end? When do you think this is gonna end? I mean, I keep hearing it's like different people listen to financially. The bubble's gonna burst. The crash is coming. I keep hearing this. I've been hearing this for years, actually. Where's the mark? $20 trillion? Has it become $25 trillion?
Oh, we're well above that. There's quadrillions.
Oh yeah, with all the The future
in
contracts,
the
yeah, and that, yeah. Yeah.
credit default swaps and all this fun stuff, and they're going to try and levy that against us when we had nothing to do with it. No. Now, the fact that the Federal Reserve went from a .org to a .gov, hopefully a step in the right direction. I don't know. That Russia's not going along with a lot of BS that pertains to climate change being our fault is interesting. China's not really having it. Even Australia's kind of like, no, you guys are lame. You've proven yourself wrong. You predicted drought. We built a desalination plant, and it got destroyed because of floods. And that happened. There's some other weird things going on. Apparently, Indonesia's on fire. Nobody's talking about that, and they're a big player in the BRICS right now. The fact that that hasn't hit our mainstream media is interesting and troubling all at the same time. So.
Yeah, I don't see anything being reported on as far as the BRICS nation in the mainstream media. I just stumbled upon this some kind of alternate media, and then started looking into it. I'm like, yeah, this is going on, yeah.
Another interesting indication too is that like the TPP just passed, and Mexico's not part of it, but they're part of the Pacific Rim, and because now Mexico is apparently toying with joining the BRICS. Which would give China China and Russia, interesting points of entry, let's say, into the United States. So again, there's things going on. It's huge. Trying to actually, assimilate all this information like this does take time. Takes a whole bunch of time. And I'm more than willing to go find the evidence that I used to draw from this. So I don't care what hangout I'm in. That's why computers are so cool. Thanks, Omnipresent, for the link. I appreciate it. Heck, you should see some of the satellite pictures of it. It's insane. And then meanwhile, everyone's just clamoring about how great Bernie is. And he's full of crap.
Let me screen share that.
Why do you say that Bernie's full of crap?
Well, he talks about opposing the TPP, but if he really was opposed to it, he would have been on the Senate floor filibustering it. So that was an utterly empty gesture. Personally, I think he's owned by Hillary, simply for the fact that when someone tried to bring up the emails, he just shouted it down at a debate. He is playing his little part. The Clintons are backed by Rockefeller money. You don't go against Rockefeller money when you're in the political game. That's a big mistake in this country. They are worth trillions. You go against the Rockefellers, you're essentially just going against ExxonMobil.
If it's just about the money, then why even bother having an election? Why didn't the Rockefellers just put in place whoever they want and forget the farce?
They do. You're going to get the Federal Reserve candidate no matter which side wins. Wall Street always wins right now. So, This is why if anyone tries to bring up something like, say, a tax Wall Street idea, it never happens. We're talking about a 1% tax on things like derivatives, credit default swaps, the bond market, all speculation, which would supply anywhere from $800 billion to $1 trillion a year to our infrastructure. It's even been talked about in the United Kingdom, which I'm guessing you're from, Sydney.
No.
No. Where are you?
Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, okay. My apologies. But essentially, yeah, it would help you guys out too in the same way. Look up Tobin tax, Robin Hood tax, anything you want to call it. The Tax Wall Street Party, United Front Against Austerity, like the stuff that they imposed on Greece, they're going to work on imposing on us. And it is not our fault.
So, higher taxes?
On us? No. We've actually been flipping the bill ever since 1913.
Yeah, well, how are we going to suffer then?
We'll be making less money and prices are going to go up. Look at what's happening to Greece and the austerity that's being done there. That Cyprus was supposed to... Go ahead.
Didn't Greece do themselves? I mean, the people?
Well, they should have never been brought into the EU in the first place.
Well, true, but the Greece are greedy assholes, and they all want to gather all the wealth for themselves and be very Greek nationalistic, but they don't actually support Greece as a government. They support their local Greek Orthodox Church wherever they live in the diaspora, but the Greeks don't support their country. It's kind of weird.
I know on an economic level they don't have anything to really offer on a manufacturing level. I mean, their entire thing, their whole economy is like a service-based.
Well, it's tourism and olive oil or something, right? That's it.
Yeah, but olive oil, that's not gonna, And I'm pretty sure Italy probably has a much bigger olive oil market than Greece does.
Right.
Instead of sheer land.
Wow, I don't know. Okay, what else?
So,
tourism.
Yeah, I don't think olive oil. Pretty much tourism is all they don't have.
Yeah,
it's
they'll
kind of
export anything.
So, well, no, that's all your people come there and then the money kind of stays there.
I'm trying to think of anything that would say made in Greece, and it would be obvious.
Yeah, there's not a lot of it to really put them, especially to justify them joining the EU. That was
kind of stupid, wasn't it?
Right. It was more like a scam, and I'm saying I'm thinking that what the central bankers, the Western banking system, right, wanted was the islands, so they had somewhere to hide for when it blows up, and it just makes them hard to get to. Because that honestly seems to make, so, well, no, it's going to go. Something's going to break.
Absolutely.
And at that point, all you've got...
I'm just offering another link for the fire in Indonesia.
I'm looking on Google Earth and I see nothing.
More information than that other link. I'll put it in the event page as well. And that is...
Google Earth kind of gets to pick and choose what they present, so
well, on the radar? Why would it pick and choose on the radar?
Sure they do. Well, you're using Google Earth?
Yeah.
Right. If I'm saying if you could get to another satellite that doesn't how about, let's see what happens when I do this. Like I can go to a weather service. Google picks and chooses what information they allow to go out. It's not a search engine.
I have
people pay.
I go to.
Yeah, so let's see, maybe find something like that. Or one of the things to do is go to Google and then hit Google. Indonesia, yeah.
Indonesia.
Indonesian wildfires 2015, and then click on news, and then let's see, I got 17,900 results in a third of a second. And
Yeah.
my point now is just that we're not hearing about any of this over here right now. But, god damn it, we got to hear about Josh Feuerstein and his war on Starbucks.
Isn't that funny? Abortion coffee.
Right? Well, it's a distraction. It's just a distraction. That's all it is. It's, like when they passed the TPP, what was in the news? The right to gay marriage, which should have never been a topic ever.
It wasn't, at least not in this country.
Well, no, but here in America, that was handled with the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, according to these articles, these fires have been burning for a couple of months. It's affected half a billion people with respiratory disease.
Some people, it's not a stretch to think these could have been started by the Western banking systems who don't want Indonesia going with the BRICS.
With the BRICS? Or the BRICS?
Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. There's the World Bank, the IMF, and these are the two organizations that own the IRS here in the United States. They don't want this new banking system, but Russia's already blown off the petrodollar.
But isn't Indonesia a Muslim country, which kind of makes the playing field a little bit different?
Yes, but then those Muslims, you got to go, like, there are such a thing as moderate Muslims who don't believe in the angel Gabriel.
And
really?
That's a big part of it.
In Indonesia?
Yeah, I think that makes them a little harder to control. As opposed to, say, the Muslims in Afghanistan, where if you say the angel Gabriel didn't exist, you're dead as a doornail.
All right.
So yeah, there's a little more progressive. They're a little progressively minded in Indonesia. So I've heard. Haven't been there, but so I've heard. But again, the whole just the gay marriage thing here in the United States, the way it went down, that was done so they could just sneak TPP through. I'll go back to the Clinton administration. They did Glass-Steagall during the whole Monica Lewinsky farce.
They did what?
There was an act called Glass-Steagall. It separated mortgage houses from investment houses.
Oh, really?
Okay, well that was kind of secretly abolished during the entire $100 million investigation into the Monica Lewinsky deal. And who cares?
Wow, wasn't that
honestly?
False. I agree.
Right? See? Like, if there's a president who's not cutting himself off some on the fucking White House desk, I don't want him in there in the first place. Yeah. There's the extent of my involvement. Give me back my $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like how everyone wants to sit there and attribute Bill Clinton with saving the economy. BS. They just closed half of the military bases in this country. That's all that happened. He didn't do anything. He is a thug who deals cocaine. Just look up Mena, Arkansas. You will find a ton of stuff on that one. In fact, there's a new book out by a guy named Roger Stone called The Clintons' War on Women. Roger Stone used to work for the Nixon and Reagan administration. This guy is no slouch.
It looks like the forest fires in Indonesia are out.
Are they? Did they finally get...
Oh, no, I'm looking at a couple of headlines. Indonesia says forest fires could be back in weeks. Yahoo News. Indonesia says forest fires could return as early as February. The Straits Times. So, I think they controlled the ones that were around in February. I mean in September, I'm sorry.
Let's see if I can actually get in. I want to see what I haven't.
Yeah, I'll just put the link that I kind of looked at. There you go.
Let's see. Pulling up one from the BBC 2 days ago.
see if I can just pick a city. Or is it, where's Jakarta? Bingo. Oh, hello. Let's go to observatory.
Look at the province. Look at Riau province, Riau.
I'm trying to get a satellite picture right now of it. But I'm picking up a Wunderground. Weather underground.
Well, even if they put him out, he's still going to have a significant amount of smoke going to be still.
Yeah. And apparently they're
still burning on some parts.
But now
Sumatra
they're
and
also
Kalimantan. That's where they're still burning.
And they're also going to be getting thunderstorms here pretty soon too. By the looks of it, when I look at their weather over their 10-day forecast. So that could be interesting. But again, it is pointing, it's just pointing out this distractionary crap that we have to deal with over here.
It's almost like a regional problem.
Yeah.
Not even.
No, but dude, but Indonesia's where they're located makes them very important to the BRICS alliance.
Now, how come they're not sending them help? I mean, God, you have Japan, Australia, they're sending help over there.
Right. No one else is really, because my theory, the Western world wants them to burn. They'll just do the old IMF bait and switch again. Sure, we'll help you. Just give us all your stuff. And then we're going to leave you with nothing. And we're going to drill a bunch of oil out of your ground and we're just going to decimate your landscape, kind of like we did to Ecuador and Argentina.
We've never done it to anyone before.
Venezuela. Huh?
We've never done that to anyone before.
Right. Through the IMF?
Yes. Not guilty.
Okay, I'm not sure if you're serious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's serious.
Yeah, because you are a masterful troll, dude. I've heard it. I'll go with Gus on this one, and I rarely agree with the old Ballinger, but yeah.
Well, you've never heard of money trees?
Oh, money trees?
Yeah. Where do you think the money comes from?
Well, when I go down
the IMF gets their money from, dude?
They just crank up the technically.
Pick the money.
Hold on. They essentially all they do now is they go to their computer and they move the decimal point to the right. That's all they do.
How can you prove there's no money trees? I mean, you just can't prove there isn't one.
Well, I've seen money bushes. I've grown them, a ton of them down in the San Fernando Valley.
That's called marijuana.
Yes, it is. Yeah, indeed. Right. $4,500 a pound, dude. Seriously, for a 40-hour work month. Now that's going to plummet as soon as it goes legal, which I am fine with, because I also understand how to use carbon dioxide to make more of it. So.
Oh, you gotta send me some recipes.
Huh?
Send me the recipe.
Oh.
Although do I have a what?
A grow room?
No.
Yeah, in order for the carbon dioxide trick to work, when your grow lights go off, then
I'll tell you what
a timer set.
I have grow lights.
Right.
I have two. I have a lot of seeds. That's
okay. Well, germinate the seeds, and then the strongest ones out of those make a couple of those your mother, so you can keep the genetic diversity going, because that's actually another issue that my friends are having in San Fernando Valley. And if you grow them inside, seal the room up. Now, this is not a cheap system, because what happens as soon as the lights go off, then the room will flood with carbon dioxide. Because that's all plants want. That's all they care about.
Oh,
and then It's this whole thing where there's going to be there'll be bottles of carbon dioxide. It'll flood the room with it, and then before you enter it, you got to set your timer to basically suck the carbon dioxide back out, so you can walk in there without hitting the floor in a matter of seconds.
Sounds dangerous.
It can be. Yeah, it can be. You gotta stay on top of that.
I think I'll just stick to the the ordering.
Growing outdoors?
Now. No, I buy it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. But that's what a lot of these guys do, because you're talking about when you're talking a grow house, right? We're talking rent, supplies, electricity. Unless you know somebody who knows how to circumvent a meter, which is helpful.
No, I certainly wouldn't want to sell it. So yeah.
Right. But it could come. But when it comes to a bartering thing, I'm telling you, brother, I've bought $1,500 cars for $300 worth of pot.
Yeah, well, I'm not a businessman. I don't get out there,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
in order for me to get by, I have to dabble in the black market.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your that thrills you. It doesn't
I got
thrill
it.
me. Yeah.
Well, one, I don't. Well, because I deal solely with pot. There's no real thrill to it because the cops here just don't care. They don't. I had a cop I went to high school with, and when he found out what I was doing, he said, "Hey, we know what you're doing," and I went, "Okay." And he goes, "As long as you stay away from the dangerous stuff, you're good by us." And I'm like, "Thank you."
Exactly.
So, and that's literally how most of the cops are going to be up here.
Yeah.
The tide's turning. It's taking time. And
where are you
I'm
up here?
hoping
Where's up here?
Oh, I'm in Santa Barbara, California.
Oh, okay.
So where it's basically gorgeous all year around, but that actually presents its own little issues. So.
Sure.
Oh yeah. So living in a town with 140 billionaires is interesting. So.
Not if you're one of them.
No. Oh no. Then it can just be downright. Yeah. Then this is Disneyland to those guys. Trust me. We have 4 colleges, tons of college kids. So you do the math on that one. I don't want to get too explicit, which is a rarity for me. So, but after Matt Bell this morning, I'm meh.
Yeah, guys. Just going to cut the live broadcast here. I usually don't like to go too far past 2 hours. I think we have a few viewers out there. If you want to join off air, there's a link in the event page. So thanks for listening. Thanks for everybody participating. And see you at the next Morning Crows.